District 20 Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, District 20 Program Quality Director, DTM Muna Al-Aqab, District 20 Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Yasser Al-Ghasra, Division D Director, DTM Muhammad Al-Dosari, Event Chair, Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat, District Officials, Past President and future fellow Toastmaster and honorable guests, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Makeup Club Officer Training Round number 1, powered by Division D under the able guardians of our beloved PKD and CGD. This is with you, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, your Chief Sergeant at Arms for today's event. Let me remind you a few rules related to such virtual event. Kindly make sure your device, either laptop or phone, are charged and you have stable internet connection. Refrain from any side chat in the chat box, especially when the presenter is on stage. Kindly mute your mic
في مشكلة عنده؟
It seems that there is a network issue with the PC, maybe the network itself. Toastmaster Khamis, can you hear us? You are breaking out.
I will continue. Thank you for attending this meeting, and just to follow up with our Sergeant at Arms until he came back, just remind that we have, and anybody who want to hear in Arabic, he can go to the interpretation and keep it in Arabic, and the translation will be continued. Now, to continue our journey, we have our.
Sorry for this connection. I suppose to connected line. I connected again. Anyhow, now I will read the district mission. We build the new club and support all clubs in achievement of excellence. Now let me introduce the event chair. He's the dynamic person. He's working in security superintendent. He's none other Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat. Back to you, Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, for the nice introduction. Good morning, DTMs and TM's District Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, Quality Program Quality Director, DTM Muna Abdullah Rob, and Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Yasser Al-Ghasra. Good morning, leaders, and it's a great pleasure to be here with you all to introduce the most important part of our journey for the whole semester. As you know, we are supposed to be able to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. This is our club mission, which we actually swear to consider as a holy swear. We are providing support to members to reach their target, to develop themselves, to be able to take the club to the next level. And that's why we are here today, to conduct the makeup of the club officers training, which is required as important to proceed with your roles. So without ado, it will give me great pleasure to introduce the Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Khalifa Khalifa from Babco Toastmaster Club. We've been there for a long time, maybe not as a period of time, but as a big role in the club. He's also a member of the ExCom of Babco Toastmaster Club for the term 2022-2023. Without further delay, please welcome to the floor Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa. Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashraf. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, members of executive committees from around District 20, good morning. My name is Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa. I'm from Babco can you hear me? Okay. I'm from Babco Toastmasters Club. And it is interesting with these meetings that there is no counter or grammarian. So the only thing preventing you from repeating yourself or stuttering is the judgment of your peers. So I'll try my best to avoid that. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a set of workshops that will be for everyone. And then it will move to a question and answer planned to be at 11 a.m. And from then on, we'll have a break for 1 hour at 11:30. And we'll come back for the COT, which everyone is here for, the training session, for those of us who couldn't make it earlier this year. But before all that, we have a bunch of addresses from our district leadership. And of course, we cannot begin without our illustrious DTM Khalid Abdallah, our district director. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Sheikh Khalifa Al Khalifa. Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Munal Aqab, Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Haji Yasser Al Gashar, Division D Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Dosiri. I glance, yes, Division G Director is here, Toastmaster Nasreen Izzat. Event Chair, Toastmaster Ashraf Al Khayyat. Area Directors, Division Directors, Officials, Presidents of Clubs, Officers, Toastmasters of District 20 and beyond. Good morning and blessed Friday to all of you. Thank you so much for joining here today, early morning on a Friday, to learn more about our roles and how to become better leaders in our own office. All of you by now know where are we heading. The vision for District 20 is to become one of the top 8 districts around the world. And that's what we have been envisioning toward the end of the term. And we have, of course, it's a challenging vision. It's not an easy vision. That's something we know definitely. But where to start? We need to start from here. Definitely today. And how? Of course, I've been telling about commitment, consistency, and care for many of you. Let me tell you a small incident that happened to me. I attended a club meeting, and for some reason, on that day, the club meeting was not attended by the president and the vice president of education. So who took over? The vice president of membership, who never been into a physical meeting before. She was there since joining Toastmasters online. And be it her luck or not, there was also an election for the vice president of education. So she was really on top of her. She could not even know, she doesn't know what to do. She was looking around, and one of the senior members was there behind her, just telling her what exactly needs to be done. there was an urge from that senior member to take over, because she was honestly doing it, but she was trying to do it perfectly. And that at that time, I had to step in and I said, please just leave her continue whatever she's doing. Guide her from distance, but keep her doing whatever she was doing. And this is what we need in District 20. We need to empower and enable more leaders. For senior members in District 20, we need to know when should we step in, and we need to know when should we just let officers learn the way they are learning and growing. They would make mistakes, but they will definitely learn and grow. So this is an invitation for all of the officers. I've been reviewing the officers this year. There are so many new faces in the office, which is something we are proud of. At the same time, let's also remember that we are all here learning. I am a district director for the first time. I'm sure PQD is also PQD for the first time. Division directors are all here for the first time. And I'm sure many of you are officers here for the first time. Please don't resist the temptation to learn more. Please just go with the flow, and we're all here to support you. Thank you so much for the backbone, senior members of District 20, for being there for many, many years, being the backbone. I can see DTM Raymond in here, Pereira. I can see, of course, DTM Muna, Toastmaster Ashraf, and many, many more of members that I can say in here. Toastmaster Jose as well, Bento, who has been a backbone for FC Mabuhay. Let's continue being the backbone, but let's also remember that we need to leave our members as well experience it themselves, where leaders are made. And this is what we are here in District 20. Thank you so much. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid, District 20 Director. I hope we all have, as executive committee members, the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from them. And with that, I'll hand it over to our Program Quality Director, our PQD, DTM Muna Al-Aqab. You have the floor.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony Sheikh Khalifa Al-Khalifa. District Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah. CGD, Club Growth Director, incoming soon. DTM Yasser Al-Gashar. Division Directors, Area Directors, our event chair today, Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat, dignitaries, peace, mercy upon you all. It's not enough to do your best. You must know what to do and then do your best. Imagine if you had the greatest process and procedures in the world, however, more of your members were adequately trained on those procedures. What do you think the result would be? You guess. Without the proper training, your world-class system can be made invalid. So that's why we are here today. We want to know exactly what we have to do. We have to train ourselves and get the support from the seniors, from their experience, and thank you for their valuable time that they are and experience that they are sharing with us today to let us try our best. And by training the club officer training, the club officers, I believe this is the first step that we can achieve more and more. Now, as district director shared with us, what is the vision for the district this year? To be one of the 8 top districts around the world. A challenge competition with 125 districts around the world. Someone maybe think that it will be difficult, but if we trained ourselves, trained our members, if we put our plans and we have that goal, looking at that goal, we will achieve. Definitely supporting each other, working together, we will get that to, and we will achieve more and more. It's not only 8 top of the districts around the world, but it may be 3 top districts around the world. Let us work together, let us support each other and enjoy this journey and get benefit of. Thank you so much for attending today and wish you all the best. Back to you, our MC.
Thank you, DTM Munal Agab, our PQD. I hope as all new members of executive committees, we all learn from the valued lessons that all of you experienced Toastmasters are giving to us. And with that, we move to our address from our CGD, our Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Yasser Al-Gashar. Over to you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. District Director, DTM Khalid Abdallah. Our Program Quality Director, DTM Munal Aqab. Event Chair, my big brother, my friends, Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat. Division D Directors, Hamad Al-Dosari, and Division G Director, DTM Nasreen, immediate past leaders and dignitaries. Good morning. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. As you hear from our district director, our vision and how to implement it with our BQD, from CGD, we should believe in our vision. We have also another 3, but not 3C with our DD, but we have 3G from the Club Growth Director. First G is giving back. We are gain a lot from Toastmaster, from in our professional life and personal levels, and we are here in a Toastmaster for many years, and we learn a lot from Toastmaster to improve our communications and leadership styles, and even in our works and life. So it is the time to pay back to Toastmaster, to our club, area, division, and districts. So we need to improve and share the Toastmaster vision all around our countries. The second G is the growth. The district mission is we build new club and support all club in achieving excellence. So the growth of our clubs, area, division, and district depend on many factors, and our marketing plan for the CGD for this year is continuous promotion of a Toastmaster through our community and organization, focus on new tutorials like Egypt and Iraq, but not forget marketing the same in Bahrain and Kuwait. Focus on the cooperating clubs, and we are planning to have cooperated Smith this year. How to sell Toastmaster as a course or a program through Speechcraft and YLLB.
If you don't interrupt me, my name is Toastmaster Leon. I'm from Capital Speakers.
Toastmaster Leon, you are live, my dear. Can you please mute your microphone, because
Yes.
we are in the middle of a session and you just interrupted
Yes.
DTM to come Yasser Al-Gashar.
Yeah, I know. I just feel there is something which we are missing, and I would like to address it. So when could I address it?
We'll leave actually a space for question and answers, and you may actually raise your motion there, my dear. Toastmaster, but please, we'll try to continue with our program as we are limited in time factor.
Sure, I do
And
understand.
we apologize for interrupting you as well. So thank you very much for
I
understanding.
too apologize too. I too apologize for interrupting the program. Please to continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. DTM to come, Yasser Gassar, please proceed.
Thank you. Al-Gashar, my name is Ashraf.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
my dear. It's
That's
all
okay, my brother.
about the coffee. Sorry for that.
It's okay. So, as we said, also how to sell Toastmaster as a course and program through Speechcraft and YLP. And also don't forget to recognize all the leaders. So if we work together all and improve these factors, it will be definitely help us to grow and build our visions. And the last G is to glow. So to glow and shine and raise our district flag in the next international conference as one of the top 8 districts. We need to believe in the core value of a Toastmaster: integrity, respect, service, and excellence, and also not forget the 3C of our district director: commitment, consistency, and care. We can achieve our vision and raise our flag, district flag, high, and to be one of the top 8 districts in the world. So leaders, learn, share, and lead. And our vision and our glow in your hand. Back to you.
Thank you, soon to be DTM Yasser Al-Gashar. We will now move to our division director's address, the last address of the day, by DTM Mohammed Al-Dosari. Over to you.
السلام عليكم. ممكن الترجمة بتكون بالإنجليزي ولا أتكلم بالعربي؟
ما في مشكلة.
أوكي أتكلم. أوكي طيب.
But 1 minute, Hamad. Sahar, can you shift to English and translate in English? Okay, Mohammed.
أوكي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. قادة القطاع، مدير القطاع DTM خالد عبد الله، والأخت العزيزة مديرة نمو البرامج، مديرة جودة البرامج DTM منى العقاب، وأيضا مدير نمو الأندية DTM ياسر القشار. ما الذي تعلمته خلال فترة شهر كقائد للقسم وبناء 2 events in 1 month في شهر واحد؟ أولاً تعلمت الإنسان يعمل مع قادة يتعلم منهم. الإنسان جاهل بطبعه، مهما كان يعتقد بنفسه أنه يعلم، في النهاية لا يعلم. ثاني شيء التعليم المستمر. ثالث شيء تعلمت أن أعمل مع فريق لا أعرفه من قبل، أفرقة وشخصيات تعرفت عليها وعملت معها لم أعمل معها من قبل. 3 أمور تعلمتها بسرعة البرق في شهر واحد. بالإضافة إلى ذلك إتاحة القيادة والفرصة للآخرين. ترون اليوم عندما يقود هذه الفعالية توست ماستر أشرف الخياط والمجموعة التي معه، الحقيقة التوست ماستر فرصة للتعليم ولترك الأثر الإيجابي في حياة الآخرين. قد تحصل بعض الأخطاء، لكننا هذه الأخطاء التي نتعلم منها كيف نصعد إلى القمة. فأخواني وأخواتي، كيف تريدون أن نصعد إلى القمة بشكل جماعي؟ أترك هذا التساؤل إليكم، وعودة إليك عريف الحفل.
Thank you, Division Director Mohammed Dosari, for that address. And with that, we're moving onwards into our set of workshops for today. Our first workshop will be called Finding Leads by DTM Mohammed Salim. We've heard addresses from our CGD, Club Growth Director, PQD, Program Quality Director, and District Director. DTM Mohammed Salim has been all three roles in the past, and so I'm sure he has a lot to give us in terms of information. DTM Mohammed Salim, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. First of all, let me acknowledge the presence of our District 20 Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, my sister, Program Quality Director, DTM Mona Lakab, the Club Growth Director, DTM to be Yasser Al-Khashar, and the Division Director of Division D and the Event Chair, and all fellow Toastmasters. Good morning to you all. Today we are going to present a very important workshop on how to find leads, actually, because this is the most important towards the development of the district itself. Now, can I have the screen share, please, so I can share my slides?
Yes, done.
Thank you. Hope you can see this.
Yes.
Brother Salim, can you share the Arabic?
I have made some changes to the slide.
Oh.
So if we can have somebody to translate, it will be great. First of all, as been introduced, I've been the Club Growth Director of District 20, 2018-2019. First of all, let me acknowledge my leaders who have been supported during this term. We had 4 wonderful leaders: the Club New Source Research Chair, DTM Jahangir, Club Extension Chair, Ola Rashid, Club Retention Chair, Fatima Abdullah, Club Quality Chair, Toastmaster Munira Muhammad Ali, and all the division directors and the area directors who made it successful. For your information, we were the Smedley district in the year, and we were the top 9 districts in the world. Now, let me remind about the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Why do we need new clubs, actually? Because many of them have the question that why do we need to add clubs? Because we have enough clubs in Bahrain, Kuwait. So why should we really add clubs, actually? When I joined Toastmasters, in Bahrain, we had 8 clubs in the year 2002. What I really echo the words of Toastmaster Yasser Al-Khashar when he mentioned that what we have benefited Toastmasters should be spread to others. So we have, say, 1 million population in Bahrain. We still have opportunity to start clubs, actually. So by this, we fulfill the district mission. Remember that we are a non-profit organization and we are not here to charter clubs for the sake of making money for the Toastmasters International. Keeps your area, division, and district healthy. Because what happens is that there is always a say that many of the clubs we have chartered and we have lost money, but we have to see the benefit what members have achieved into it. Actually, that's the key into this. And there are possibilities that clubs would be chartered, would leave, but doesn't matter. We have to ensure that the journey of Toastmasters continue. When you start an initiative to charter a club, you develop project management skills actually, because I'm going through the project management course and I know how important that a project has to be executed. And expand your marketing expertise. Actually, it really gives an opportunity for us to, go and market ourselves as Toastmasters. Now, before that, we need to understand who is a lead. A lead is a person who has shown little bit of interest actually in our services. Our services here is the Toastmasters International, the education program and the leadership program. So this is our program actually. When I say program, don't mistake me because I will make out why I mean as program. Now, who is a lead? A lead could be a direct person who is a decision maker or close to a decision maker, because this is the most crucial thing actually, because in an organization, in a corporate setup actually, we don't go and present the Toastmasters to any person who is not a decision maker. It could be the HR or the president or the CEO of the company actually, who is the right person. So we have to try and reach out to that particular person and not any person just to present ourselves actually. So when you choose a lead, the most important thing is the decision making has to be the crucial part in that. Now, when we go and meet a lead, actually, please do understand that we have taken a person who is got the decision making, and I'm sure he is a top CEO or the president or of the board actually, and you get only one chance actually to go and present. The more senior the person, the more less time you get. Because why I'm telling you is that when we dealt with corporates, actually, we had an opportunity to go and speak to the CEO, the chairman of the organization. And there is only 30 seconds because I'm very good in judging. You get only 30 seconds to gain a senior decision-making initial attention. So you can't have a whole day to explain them about the Toastmasters program. There you have to have just click it there. And first meeting requires that your anchor credibility in 20 minutes, because you have to come to the point within 2 minutes. Now, the most important mistakes what we do in Toastmasters is that when we present Toastmasters program, that we start telling about the fees, which is very much applicable. We go tell them, sir, it's very cheap. When you hear the word cheap, I don't think many corporates would be happy, right? Because corporates are not looking for cheap stuff. When you go and tell them, sir, it's very cheap than any other program, in 125 BD, you can do the chartering fees, and $20 you need to pay, which is less than a cost of a burger meal, and 6 months you need to pay for $45. That's it. The person whom you are interacting really, shuts down. He says that, no, I'm not interested in this. But he will not tell you on the face. When you go back, he will say that, no, this program is cheap, because we are presenting it in the cost effectiveness. We are not here to present in terms of cost. What we need to present here is the value in Toastmasters. That is the key point when you present Toastmasters to an organization or a community or to anyone. I'll get back to you on that actually. Price is what we pay and value is what you get. You need to emphasize what will the members of the organization get. Okay, that is say 10%, but with Toastmasters, how will the organization, entire organization benefit? That is the key. Because if you have a company of size of Babco with thousands of employees with 20 Toastmasters, they would say, why should I spend only for 20 members? What about the other members? But you can explain them, sir, these 20 members are going to add value to your organization. When I say Babco, actually, I am very much inspired with Babco, not because it belongs to the home club of a district director, but I have reasons for it. Now, what are the club leads? We always get confused where to find leads. It's very simple. We have corporate clubs. We have place of worship, actually, dawa centers, churches, and temples. I might be a bit fast, actually, because I have a lot to cover. Please bear with me. Now, when I talk about dawa center, we do have one called the Voice of Islam Toastmasters, which was initially initiated for the dais, the preachers of the center, actually. This is where, you can groom them to become a better speaker, better guy. Churches, actually, again, we need to go and present in such a manner. It's value concept. Now, educational services, schools, colleges and universities, social gatherings, community and the ethnic community, and service group. We'll go one by one into that. Now, corporate clubs, actually, this is the beauty of, Toastmasters actually, because it is pertaining to most of the corporate rather than the community clubs. Because in US and India in particular, actually, I know that more than 60% of the clubs are corporate clubs. In Bahrain, actually, and Kuwait, we have limited. We focus more on community clubs because there are some reasons actually which I don't want to highlight here, but there are certain things we need to really prepare ourselves, fine tune ourselves so that we can build more of corporate clubs in future. Actually. Now, this is the wonderful program which was formulated by Pat Johnson, the past international president of Toastmasters. Actually, she had written a book on building and sustaining vibrant Toastmasters programs in corporations. Because when we present as a club, the club doesn't attract members. It becomes like a recreational club or a sports club or a bloggers club or anything within an organization. Many a time, what we have seen is that many of the high-level corporates, high-level leaders don't like the word club. It's clubbing, wherein it's more of an interaction, wherein we are going to tailor-made a program itself. So what DTM Pat Johnson refers to is that you need to make it as a program. How will it help the organizations to grow further and not as individuals? So this is where we need to really, change our mindset when approaching corporates. Actually, the program is going to be the same. The Toastmasters club atmosphere is going to be the same, but when we present it as a program, it is going to be more effective, more influential when we present it. Actually, this is the most important thing. Now, when I mentioned about value adding, the most crucial thing is that what does the employee get? Okay, effective employee communication, better customer communication, because our customers or the corporates deal with many other customers. Now, again, when I say value driven organization, I always mention like a Babco, because I have been inspired with their program, because there have been many corporates in Bahrain, many corporations which started Toastmasters which couldn't sustain. For that reason, Babco, I've been seeing them from, say, I could say 2008 or 2009, since it's been chartered, is that they are value-driven organizations. These 20 members within the Toastmasters fraternity, they go out, they reach out to the members of the families in the organizations. They conduct speechcraft program, they have the youth leadership program, they have the India's program. These are community-driven programs where you give it back to the community. Whenever you give it back to the community, the corporates are happy. The company is happy that, okay, whatever we are investing in Toastmasters, it is helping the organization, helping the community in large and the nation in large. So this is where I really took the program of value-added Toastmasters when I was the club growth director, wherein the value-added Toastmasters, thanks to DTM Mona for being a wonderful support in this program. I really don't know how well it was successful, but the program itself was an opportunity to showcase ourselves within the corporates. What did we go and tell the corporates is that, sir, when we join a Toastmasters program in your organization, we are going to help train people so that they in turn will train the other members free of cost. That is where the beauty comes in. For that, we told them we will conduct speechcraft program in Arabic and English, the youth leadership program for the children of the employees. Then this is speaker to trainer program, which is the most important program within the organization. This speaker to trainer program, with these 20 people will be trained in such a manner that they would go to their departments and start training their employees. I'm sure the Toastmasters in an organization really make a huge impact within the organization. That's the most crucial thing we need to understand. Now, talking about community clubs, we do have a lot of community clubs actually. I mean, there are sky is the limit in terms of community clubs. And District 20, I'm very happy that we are a stronger community club. We have all types of communities in Bahrain which are in Toastmasters. We have engineers in forums. We do have doctors now. Recently, we have added IT professionals. We have added. There are other lot of skill programs like we do have in Teachers Toastmasters Club. So these are the community clubs we can really work on. So this is the one club which I'm really proud of every time actually, because This is called the St. Paul's Toastmasters game. In 2018, this was the first lead. When I say lead, this was the first demo meeting done in the club actually, and the gentleman standing in the center is the father of the club. When you say father of the club, he's the decision maker of the club. Unfortunately, there were some ups and downs. We couldn't charter the club, and we had an opportunity. I think DTM Khalid Abdullah visited the club along with me actually, and what we presented there to the father is that it's not about just the Toastmasters itself. We said, how will it help the community, help the members, and it really, click the idea sparked, then we had an opportunity to charter the club. Why I'm telling you is that Sense is one of the best clubs in the District 20 because it started, we were doubtful to certain extent, actually, will this club sustain for a longer period? But it sustained and it will sustain, and it will be one of the best clubs in the island or in District 20. I vouch for that because we didn't give them the club, we give them the program, the value to them. So this is where it's most important when you approach organizations. Here, I would like to highlight how we chartered Toastmasters Club in YK Almoy Toastmasters. When the past region advisor Dunshnet had visited Bahrain, actually, she had a direct influence with the family of YK Almoy, the board of directors. Actually. And what happened is that she had called them and told them, I am in Bahrain. They said, why are you in Bahrain? And she mentioned that I'm here for the Toastmasters. Then immediately the managing director, Mona Al Moid, she immediately called all the head of the departments in the office and she presented Dunshnet actually, and where we could again present them the values and not the club itself, because it was the second time trying to charter the club, and this time it really happened because we were directly interacting with the decision maker, the managing director of YK Almoid International, and we could present them in such a manner that this is a value-driven concept. So why, you might be thinking why this guy says value, because for me, actually, the program itself is not about the money or the program. It's the value, what the organization, the community would really get it. Now, social clubs, actually, we do have a lot of social clubs. We started many social clubs and the language clubs. For me, actually, many of you would understand that I'm a very big fan of language clubs. Why? Because I come from the community where we speak the language of Tamil, and proudly I could say that we chartered, we in the sense like not alone me, along with DTM Ponishankar, Shivaraj, we have Premlata, a few members, we chartered the first Tamil Toastmasters Club, and it is growing very exponentially. And I've been inspiring Malayalam Toastmasters, other community Toastmasters to start the community, because language is something we are all passionate about it. Because we do have Arabic Toastmasters Club, started back in 2006, and we formed a committee in 2008. So language plays an important role. That now that we have all the manuals being translated in most of the regional languages, we have an opportunity to go and present the language clubs. Now, when I say language club, it's not just a language club. It's an emotion attached to a language club, which I really see an emotion. DTM Khalid Abdullah would vouch for that actually, because I'm a bit emotional when it comes to language. The point here, what I'm trying to say is that why should we preserve our language? Because any language which is not spoken is likely to be changed, not perish, but change. Because from Latin, Greek, we had English, for example, Sanskrit, we had Hindi, Sinhala. So what happens is that the language, if it is not spoken, it could be written in scriptures, it could have been preserved, but not in spoken. It really matters actually. The language is likely to change its form into a different language. So this is where we need to add that emotion quotient when dealing with language club. We need to go and tell them why we need to have language clubs, because this is our identity. For Arabs, the Arabic language is their identity. That's their culture and tradition, which along with the culture and tradition, the language has to be carried to generations. So that's why we emphasize more of Arabic clubs, more of language clubs. So this is where we need to touch the emotion quotient and not just tell them, okay, I start language clubs. No, it's not that actually. You need to touch the emotion quotient of the members, that why we need language clubs. That's the most significant part of it. Now, there are certain incentives actually, which you can give it to the lead, but I don't think I would go present an incentive to the chairman of your corporation telling that, sir, please accept this microphone or something. It's not, the thing, this is not my style, but there could be incentives, recognition, because they also would like to be recognized actually in their community, in their corporation. But for that, what I would recommend is that there are Toastmasters branding, tools, like for example, the pens, the diaries. There are shields which the club group director and the district director and the program quality can get it, and whenever they visit the corporate, they can just do them, as a branding tool to them, telling them, sir, this is you can have it. I mean, I'm sure that it doesn't, in terms of cost, it might be not much, but it really makes a point for you to give them something actually. So new club leads actually help your district grow. Submit prospective club leads. Now, this is the most important subject I would like to say. Now that you have gone to a corporate, you have identified a lead. Now you got the lead. What would you do is, most of the members, what they do is try to keep it secret. They don't go tell them that I went to this company and I got a lead. I'm not going to tell you guys because I want to keep it until it is, happening. Please, in my experience, actually, whenever you find a lead, share it with the district. I did had a matrix which was shared among the area and the division directors. It's called the lead management system, wherein any person who got a lead comes there. It's a shared folder, and he enters the details that this club community, this corporate, I have approached and I have met this person on this date and likely to be chartered, or there's a second level of happening. Why? Because when Bahrain and Kuwait or Iraq and Egypt are very small countries actually. If somebody comes that you have approached the managing director of the company to start a club, and he has a direct access to the CEO, he jumps over you, goes and charters the club because for their area to be benefited. There's nothing wrong with that, but what happens is that there's a conflict here. So club growth director can initiate a lead management among the area, because I would like to thank area director Mashkur actually. What he did when we had a meeting last month along with the officers, the trio, he shared that he has planned to charter this club and this club. So what happened is that when he has shared the plan, so that nobody could go and bypass and approach this club. So when you have a lead management, what happened is that it's all in paper, so you can easily follow up with them. You can tell them, Mashkur, what happened, this club, you told them you're planning to have a demo meeting. Do you need any assistance? Do we need to reach out to you? So what happens is that there is a follow-up on each club. Once the lead is being transferred into a demo meeting, then it's chartered, then take. Then if the lead is being, not, demo meeting is not happening, what is the reason? How we can approach them to have a demo meeting? What are the constraints? Then we take. So these are the ways wherein we can really make sure that lead is being successful actually, because most of the times actually you don't get a second chance when you go to a corporate or a community leader and tell them, sir, I would like to present once again the Toastmasters benefit. No, you don't get a chance actually. So you need to close the deal. That's the most important thing. Don't just go there, present it and come back with you. Sir, we have presented you the program. Now we would like to have a demo meeting. Please assign a person whom I can contact directly. So you can't go again to the managing director of the company. Rather, you get the contact and you approach them directly. Now, the lead role gets over once they get the lead. Now, what happens is that they transfer it to the club extension chair, where the sponsors, all these role players come into play. So this is how you need to formulate the lead. With this, actually, I'm concluding. So if you have any questions, I'm available. Please feel free to. I think I have time so that we can take up a couple of questions if possible. The moderator can let me know if we have time, or we can go through the question and answer session. If you allow me, I can answer a couple of questions now. because the program has been presented and maybe some would like to ask the questions right away. Or I leave up to the organizing team.
DTM Mohammed Walid, Mohammed Salim.
Salim.
Yes, sorry, we will take questions at the end of all of the workshops as per the agenda.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. And I wish to congratulate the new trio and the new XCOM. I'm sure district would reach greater heights and it will be in the top among districts in the world. Thank you very much. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Mohammed Salim, for your excellent workshop on finding leads. I hope that all the COT attendees later today will become the leads and find the leads necessary to grow our district. We will now move on to our second workshop of the day, Club Sponsor, which will be presented by Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair. Toastmaster Pitambaran joined Toastmasters only before COVID, February 2020, but in that time has done a significant amount of things and roles, in that he's joined 7 clubs, become the president of one and the VPE of another, which are Eloquent Toastmasters Club and Falcon Toastmasters Club respectively, as well as being the current Area 12 director. His background is as a naval veteran, and he's currently into logistics and supply chain, which might explain how efficient he is in rising through the ranks of Toastmasters clubs all around 3 different districts or divisions. And so with that, over to you, Toastmaster Pitambaran, for your workshop on Club Sponsor.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Greetings to one and all present over here, from the District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mona Alakab, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Yasser Al-Kashar, great leaders of District 20 and beyond. I feel honored today that I have, in fact, 20 to 25 minutes time of maximum, but in this particular workshop, I am trying to tell what I learned and how I learned that part of sponsoring a club, which I did in District 98. Of course, within the limitations of Toastmasters training module and purview. Now, I was told that I have to present a bilingual presentation. Am I right, CGD? Yes. So in case of any errors in that, because of the alignment, please forgive me, because I observed that certain areas are clubbed together or something, but I can't help it out since I cannot change the Arabic version. So it's okay for that. Now, of course, our past district director, Distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Salim, well narrated about the lead and even certain parts of what the club sponsor to do. It is like crisscrossing. I do understand that, because even the next person who is presenting about these procedures definitely have to crisscross between the areas what we both discussed. But that is not an exception. When we talk about Toastmasters, let us see how a club sponsor can serve to the district leadership, to his own satisfaction, or to the area, to the community, or to the corporates where he is associated with. So for that, I prepared a presentation towards I hope it is visible now. Can someone acknowledge? Thank you very much. So we all know the district mission, but before going to the district mission, I want to ask the audience who all want to be a club sponsor now. I know many of you had been club sponsored, but who want to be a new club sponsor? Yes, Our PQD is raising both the hands. I saw CGD also, but with limited screen, I am happy that there are many yes, Toastmaster Lakshmi Raman raised hand. So that indicates that we want more clubs, or we want to give back what we learned in our journey of learning. That is what I call about Toastmasters journey of learning. So here is a district mission for us. That is, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Now, my part is exclusively about the first word, that is, we build new clubs. There is someone to take care about the second part. So who is the person involved in building new club? Is every Toastmaster, I must say. It is not one-man job. But someone need to take a lead of that and move forward. And that is the person who's called club sponsor. When it comes to a club sponsor, the interesting part is that he is the right person to do what the district mission is looking for. Of course, he cannot do alone. With the support of CGD team, the division directors, area director, and so on. Every Toastmaster is contributing towards that. But you as a club sponsor need to take the first step forward so that you can build a new club. And the sense of satisfaction when you do build a new club is something immense. So I will try to cover the following topics in this session. That is, what are the responsibilities of a club sponsor? What are your opportunities as a sponsor? The type of clubs, of course, which was covered, but still I will just go through it. The information, what you need to have prior to forming a club. What are the resources you have for making a new club? And of course, how to put all these together and present the final day, that the chartering meeting where you will be recognized as a sponsor. The first thing is about sponsor responsibilities. That is, organize the new club. Now, new club means it can be of any club, which we will come to know later. What are the types of 4 clubs? We all know that, but still, I wish to tell about that new club thing again. So you need to organize means it is not just organize the thing. It is you need to start from where you got the lead, which was well narrated by our past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Salim. And from there to make a new club. Say from conceptualization to reality. That is what when you have to do the new club. And second part is set up regular club meetings. There can be pre-charter meeting. Even in pre-charter meeting, you try to make the same format of a Toastmaster meeting so that everyone who is coming in is learning about how it is being done. And of course, post-charter meeting also, you need to plan with them so that, the club can move forward. And you as a sponsor feels the sense of responsibility that, yes, I have done my part. I have handed over to the new team, but still they are following what we designed the club meant to be. And the third is, of course, when you complete, there is a saying that no job is completed until the paperwork is done. Let it be anywhere. So you need to complete the paperwork, plan the charter presentation. And these are the 3 main roles of a club sponsor. Believe me, club sponsor job is not just someone, okay, my friend is chartering a club, or I want to be a sponsor into that so that now I can have something. No. You need to be on top of the things so that the club will remember you forever. So wisely use your wisdom and dispose your responsibilities in a way that you are having the sense of satisfaction ultimate when the club is chartered and moving on. Now, what you get out of it? We always sometimes look for that. Now, what is there for me in this? So for you as a Toastmaster, by promoting, by chartering a new club, you are enriching, you are enhancing your leadership skills. There is no doubt in that, because you have to come across with decisions making, you have to come across with certain situations that you need to exhibit the leadership skill, what you learned throughout your Toastmaster journey. So it's a moment for that. And of course, team building and project management skill. Team building is the key with project management, of course. Our previous presenter covered about that. But team building part is the most important thing when it comes to making a new club, because you are getting, sometimes you may be getting unknown people, completely unknown people. Happened with me. We chartered a club. I know only one person in that club who joined as a 20th member, but rest 19 were unknown to me. So how to collaborate with them, how to develop the team building, the sense of a team, that is very important. So they will be looking up to you as a leader who is taking the lead to take new club. So it is your responsibility that you develop a team which is fulfilling the requirements, what you are looking for. And the third thing for you is increase your proficiency as a facilitator and negotiator. Now, facilitator and negotiator in the sense, you are facilitating for someone to grow up. Same time you are negotiating. Where you are negotiating, you may be negotiating with the corporates. Okay, what portion of the finance the corporate will take care? What portion of the finance part of the club the member need to pay? How it is going to be? If there are certain corporations, certain corporates may look forward in the contribution level, because otherwise we know that whenever comes free, that value diminishes. So what the contribution, who is going to do what part? This part, as a negotiator for this activity, you need to develop, and you will be developing this activity, in fact, this skill in you. And next is your expertise, sharing your expertise with the team. Your expertise in what? Your expertise in leadership, your expertise in the profession which you are into, the expertise in negotiation, the expertise in team building and project management. Apart from that, how good you are as a human being, you are exhibiting that in front of the team. So share your expertise wisely so that everyone can make use of it. And of course, we are into marketing. When a club sponsor or a sponsor to be approach someone, he is trying to market something to them, not just market as a product, market the value, as our past district director was saying, marketing the value of Toastmasters. So this increase your marketing expertise. You may be having, getting different questions, but then you answer them in the right way, which will enhance your capability to market anything in the world. Next is the credit towards DTM and other awards. Yes, for whatever we do, after being a Toastmaster, there is a reason behind it. And one of the motives is that to be a distinguished Toastmaster. I'm sure every Toastmaster who joins wish to be a distinguished Toastmaster. Once he or she understand the flow of the things, definitely they will decide so. So being a club sponsor, a successful club sponsor, is one of the optional things when you want to walk towards your DTM's title. And there are, of course, other awards as well, which I will mention at the last. Let it be as a surprise package. So these are the key opportunities for you as a sponsor, what you have. Now, we have type of clubs, that is corporate, community, advanced, and specialty clubs. Corporate club, of course, we know it is being owned by a corporates or the corporations, which well explained by our previous DD. The next is about community clubs. We have a lot of community clubs. So almost everyone here knows what are the type of clubs. Community clubs, of course, and advanced Toastmasters club. It's normally few in a district because they are advanced. Now, what they are, in which area they are advanced is, they develop a certain level. Okay, well, there are clubs, advanced club, who normally says, okay, after say completing certain levels, only they can be into the advanced Toastmastery. The one of the reason what I understood is that when it comes to the feedback and evaluation, it is not just a polish in an advanced club. It go through your skin. They will come to the direct way and saying that, gentlemen, this is the way you did wrong. So it is not for a faint-hearted people. It is therefore those who really want to learn the advanced club. I take it in that spirit. Next, of course, is specialty clubs. Specialty clubs, of course, covered, but still, say if you want to make a club for only for those who want to laugh, because we often forget to laugh in our life day to day. Specialty club could be for, okay, like we have a dosa club. Everyone meeting there on Saturday morning. I have seen that they are meeting at dosa in a food joint. So try to make that as a specialty club. Or leadership development club, where you need to become, you need to the lead to make the future leaders of our district. So that could be one specialty club. So these are mainly 4 types of club where you can look into in which area you want to make a new club. Now, what are the informations you have as a club sponsor to do this thing? Of course, our previous presenter well narrated the exclusive session for leads and how the leads work for you. Now, I will just briefly tell that now there are 2 types. One is the inbound, someone inquire to you, as he was referring to the YKLB team about someone is there. So there was an inquiry inbound. Their initiative was there to make a club. And the second is the outbound. When you go and approach someone, when you go and approach a community, when you go and approach your friends, when you go and approach a certain set of professionals to create a new club. Believe me, this is the way when you start doing it, when you wait for someone to call and tell you there are many people to be contacted. It is a time when you step out of your comfort zone and move ahead, approach someone, share with them the informations that why don't we create a Toastmasters club so that it can add value to your life. So the outbound, the outreach level, once you start doing it, definitely the results are going to be more wonderful. Now conduct an information meeting. Information meetings, I must say that it's a like not an official meeting, just to address their queries, what all the things, how it functions, what is the general concept behind this Toastmasters meeting, everything. You conduct an information meeting in a way that any questions you are able to answer. And my advice to anyone want to be a Toastmaster, sponsor, again, not for that, those experienced sponsors, take someone with you. You are not alone, because there is a possibility of 2 sponsors in a club. So find the right combination of the next sponsor with you and take him in this information meeting, or take the help of that co-sponsor so that you can, because at times you may be running short of ideas for a certain set of questions. So the person next to you will be able to, or vice versa. So please take the second sponsor, your co-sponsor, and 2 of you can make wonders. So during this information meeting, give as much as information they want and educate them how this going to help them in a way that everyone is looking forward. Next is again demonstration meeting. Now, why we do a demonstration meeting is to educate them that how it actually looked like. When you discuss these things about the informations, they don't know how it looked like. Of course, in the technology era, everyone may be able to see, but how you are going to present as a sponsor, this is what more important. So prepare your demonstration meeting with every role players, starting from the timer, grammarian, accountant, general evaluator, speakers, evaluator, table topic master, and of course, all the role players you need to find out. So take the help of your fellow Toastmasters and your team for doing these things. So of course, I will be covering that in the resources part, who all are there to help you. But when you do a demonstration meeting, that is the time they feel that, yes, I am at the right place, at the right time, and I want to take a right decision. Once you do a demo meeting, they want to come back to you. That lead need to be converted as a solid thing that, yes, I want to become a Toastmaster, or our company need to develop a Toastmasters club. So your demonstration meeting is the key. That is exhibition. We can say that what you are going to present in front of the prospects or to be Toastmasters. And at that time, take this opportunity the best way so that every one of them gets something out of it. And they will come to you saying that, yes, I want to be a member in this club. And of course, training part of it. Now, once you made a demonstration, you need to make definitely sure that you want someone to run this club later on. So collect a set of leaders who are willing to take the leadership roles in the club. So whatever the leadership roles you might have briefed them during the information meeting. Otherwise, you find the prospect, right candidate for that, and get this information about each role, what need to be done. So you need to train them to be the future leaders. Of course, district will be conducting the COTs, but it is your responsibility as a sponsor to train each and every office bearer, each and every role players in a meeting, that what he or she is supposed to do in a meeting, and how well you can train them is what experience you have. So here is what I said about the share expertise. You are sharing your expertise as a Toastmaster to train them. Believe me, whatever you say to them, they are going to take it that sense and they will be doing. So please try to ensure that you have the right set of combination with this co-sponsor. And if you want, take some outside, other than you to take someone else help to conduct the training for them, because every time when you start speaking to them, they may be having a sort of things like, oh, this gentleman is doing something. No. So take someone else help and present the training part of them to the incoming club officers and even to the role players of the club to conduct during these. So once these are the informations you need to cover as a sponsor. Now, what are the minimum requirements? You need to tell this to them. That is a minimum of 20 potential members to form the club. And out of that 20, and again, I am covering this in a separate area, but again, need to say that out of the 20, minimum has to be new Toastmasters. So 17 plus 3 is the combination. In that 3, you as a sponsor can join. It is up to you. Your co-sponsor can join. It is up to you. But maximum Toastmasters allowed is 3. So 17 plus 3 is the minimum requirement. Chartering fee of $125. $125 is a chartering fee. The next is about membership registration fee for the new members of $20. That is a one-time fee. Of course, chartering fee and membership registration fee is one time. So these are the informations what you need to share. That why I took this as a special thing is when it comes to money, it matters. And subscription fee for 6 months. Now, we all know that as Toastmasters, we renew our membership in half-yearly basis. That is from April to September and October to March. But when you charter a new club, whether you are chartering in August, whether you are chartering in December, let it be any time. It doesn't coincide with, at times, it doesn't coincide with a normal club fee payment tenure. So you need to pay 6 months from the month of chartering. Say, assume you are making a club in December. So your membership need to be paid from December, January, February, March, April, and May. So this is a 6 month. Is it fall within that? Again, once you finish that May, then you need to renew like June, July, August, and September, 4 months. So please bear in mind that, okay, once you did, it is not from the Toastmasters normal renewal period. It has to be from the time when you are making a new club. So that month onwards, you need to pay. And of course, filling the forms and submit to new clubs at Toastmasters.org. There is a session coming up with exclusively for this now about the chartering documentation part. So I don't want to tell about this more into that. So these are the minimum requirements to form a club. So these are the informations which you need to pass to the decision maker. As the previous presenter was saying, not the money, but of course, money involved, it is the. I want to make a disclaimer statement here, that is, when it comes to the money handling, please bear in mind, whoever is doing it is not affected by the government rules and regulations or anything, policies like money laundering, all these things. So please bear in mind when you do this handling of account. So please make sure that you have a right person to handle this account when it is collecting and submitting to the Toastmasters International. And I believe that the district trios cannot use their information to pay towards Toastmasters International for this. So you need to, even if you are I mean, this is what I heard, I don't know about it. So these are the minimum requirements, as I said, which you need to have to form a club when it comes to the financial part of it. Now, what are the resources you have? We said about what is the requirement, what is the information you have, what are the resources you have? That is more important. Toastmasters International website gives every information what any role in Toastmasters need to be undertaken. Let it be from a club to the international director. Everything is given. Every information is available in Toastmasters website. How to sponsor a new club, how to build Toastmasters, like different ways of communication is available in thing. And same time, there are enough and more readouts in the like previous magazine or podcast. Everything is available in the website. That is one way of getting the resource. That is the information, whatever you need to know about before you step in. Next is who is there to help you. Of course, the district leader and other Toastmasters, because the district leader, the district mission is we build new clubs. So definitely district trios and the CGD team will be there to help you when you say them, I have a certain lead and I think there is a possibility of chartering a new club. Believe me, they will support you like they will hold you in their hands and start taking you to that where you want to reach. So that much of support you can expect from our district trios and of course your fellow Toastmasters. Everyone wish to be part of something new. So something new is a new club. Everyone will be there to support you in your endeavor to be a club sponsor. The financials, the resource financials, because when you are a sponsor, if you are able to find the right resources for the club financial resources, please do so. There may be chances that you may have to bear certain expenses. It's optional, up to you if you want to bear some expenses, because you got a right candidate, right member, but you are not in a position to, or he is not in a position to support the cause of that. You may have to really sponsor that member in financial terms. So please bear that in mind. And of course, when it comes to the corporate clubs, the financial parts need to be briefed to them very clearly, and you ensure that whatever committed, as I said in the beginning, whatever committed is shared from the members, or whatever committed from the sponsor, that is the company, is coming to you before you complete the formalities. So there is a time for that, but you ensure that what is done. And of course, again, as I said, assign a right person for doing financials so that your integrity will not be questioned, his integrity will not be questioned. We all work on 4 pillars of Toastmasters, that is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So it is your chance to ensure that you are doing the right thing in the right way. Again, your resources is another demonstration meeting, which I covered earlier. We need to get the best, or assign, you can take the help of one of the best club, because they already have a chemistry worked out well, who need to present which way and what. So take use of that to become during the demonstration meeting. And again, training. Why I'm emphasizing on training is because this is the stepping stone to become a great leader. When a new club starts, their officers are well trained. They are going to be the future leaders. So please ensure that you have the right training conducted to the right candidate, and district training when it is happening, of course, or you can, as a sponsor, you can reach out to them saying that, okay, I want a special session to be conducted for my new incoming team. And I'm sure the training wing will never say no to you for that call. Here is what I said in the beginning, there are certain things mixed. So now what is the qualification? Do you need any certain qualification to be a sponsor? Yes, that is, you have to be a Toastmaster who is in good standing club, a good standing. I mean, you are a Toastmaster in good standing. So that means you can be a sponsor. That is the only qualification what you need as a sponsor. The second lines are for the clubs. To be qualified as a club is a total of 20 paid members, minimum 17 brand new Toastmasters, that is. Now, when I say 17 brand new Toastmasters, here there is a small opportunity for you. Suppose there is a Toastmaster who had been paying his dues to that particular club, but not active, not attending because of whatever reason. If you transfer, you can take a membership transfer from that club to this new club. It can be considered as a new member. Assume our MC, Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa, is a member in his club. He feels that I don't want to move forward in this club. So you can make Toastmaster Khalifa can fill an application for transferring to become a new member into a new club. That can be considered, because I have done it in the previous club where I chartered. From that experience, I am saying this to you. Then, of course, completed charter documentations and the financials submitted to Toastmasters International for this. So this is how you, as a club sponsor, you need to be a member in good standing, and the club to be chartered, that is minimum 20 members, and completed the documentation, and the day when it is chartered, it is appeared in the dashboard as you have been chartered with this number on this page. And the last is your presentation on the chartering ceremony. Now you have a club, you sponsored, chartered, everything is completed. This is the day belongs to you as a sponsor, because your hard work is being exhibited today in front of the world. So invite the guests. Now invite the guests in the sense, if you are, it's a corporate club, you can contact them. Who are the decision makers need to be invited again, apart from the club members. Make a list of them, invite them. Not only them, I mean, any Toastmasters which you feel that need to be invited, the district leaders, the the area director, the division director, whoever supported you in this initiative. It is a sense of appreciation for them as well. Next is, of course, plan the meal. Without meal, nothing works. So please plan your meal in a way, not through the labor. Okay, of course, if it is a physical setup, we are going back to that level. Then publicize your chart presentation. When you are going to do what all the things, all the program, you need to make maximum publicity of this. So you are not alone here. You have your club, the formed club, to do this. For doing all this, you need to form the committees, subcommittees for each activity. Guest from the new club, you allocate certain members headed by a certain Toastmaster or an office bearer. Like that, you allocate the subcommittees, form them, brief them what to be done, and it can be done. And prior to the chartering meeting, just conduct a small meeting with this key team of your ExCom that everything is in order or not. And once it is done, you are set to go for the next day, that is on the final day of your presentation. That is, then you need to have a printed program available to be circulated among the guests you invited, among the participants who all are there. So please have a printed agenda how you are going to do this presentation on the final day of your sponsoring. Now, who is a successful club sponsor? This picture says it. You developed, you took a lead, and from there till planning the final chartering meeting, you were there involved in every activity of that new club. So from that seed of lead, you are now planted few trees. Once you see this, they are growing. You can realize, yes, I am a successful club sponsor. Here, as I said in the beginning, don't take this position as a club sponsor only for meeting your DTM requirement. Because there may be clubs who says that, oh, this is your sponsor. I never met him. So you don't have to be in that embarrassing situation. Involve with them so that they will learn from you and you will learn from them. It's a give and take. So it is a successful Toastmaster who is converting a prospect club to an official club. From the lead to the deal. The deal is you made a new club. So from the lead to deal is where you become successful as a club sponsor. And of course, second is that you need to be in integral part of that new club because it is your baby now. You need to take care of them growing up again. Of course, there are other team who is doing that, but still you need to be there because you are the primary contact for them. So please be available with them till at least they start walking and running. So this makes you the best among others because you have created a club, you have contributed towards that, and you as a sponsor have seen the club growing step by step every day. This sense of satisfaction for you is immense. Now, finally,
Toastmaster Pandra,
yes.
Sorry, it's time. We have to wrap
Yes.
it up if you don't
Yes.
mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will wrap up with the last slide. That is, what more for you? When I said about DTM awards and more, now there is President Citation Award in Toastmasters. And as far as I know, in the entire history of District 20, this award we got only in 6 times, starting from 1984 till 2021. And the last person who received the award is, we all may be knowing, that is Distinguished Toastmaster Imtiaz Ahmed. So when I saw that the President Citation Award, there is one place which giving this at least for a nomination, there are three criteria. One of the nomination attributes says, has the member participated in chartering of 15 or more clubs? So whoever participated in that part, like chartering or taking lead to that and extend that part, it is an opportunity for them to become a President Citation Award winner, a very coveted one from Toastmasters International. With this, thank you very much for CGD and Division D team who is coordinating this event, for giving me an opportunity. And of course, I am thankful to the district leaders and everyone who joined here today to listen to me. Thank you very much. And back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Itambaran, for this excellent presentation on club sponsor. I'll ask the audience to please hold the questions until we're done with the next two workshops. The question and answer session is planned to be about an hour from now. And with that, we'll move on to a very similar theme. For those of us in the audience, I suppose, who have been convinced to sponsor a club, we will now learn how to charter a club with DTM Khalid Jalal, who has a long 4-year history with Toastmasters, including being the immediate past CGD, or Club Growth Director for District 20, and chartering a large number of clubs with a history and background in electrical and electronic engineering, as well as artificial intelligence. Over to you, DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Khalifa Al-Khalifa. Just a small correction. My background is not electrical engineering. I'm an IT professional, but yes, I'm part of the IEEE forum. Good morning, everyone. Before I start, I just want to ask two questions. I'll not ask if I'm visible, but is my voice clear to all?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. So internet is working today. And how much time I will have because of the time which we have? Still 25 minutes?
Khalid, you have 30 minutes. You will see the green at 20, yellow at 24, and red at 28, followed by your 2-minute grace.
Perfect. Now, can I have permission to share my screen? Yes, I have.
According to the agenda, it's 25 minutes timer.
Sorry, PQD?
Let me get the...
According to the agenda, it's 25 minutes.
Let me check.
We give 5 minutes for this is for the MC to introduce him. So it's 25 minutes for each workshop. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Now, can you all see the presentation? Yes. So good morning still, everyone. I hope you had a great 2 sessions earlier, and you have learned a lot already from the past presenters, senior presenters who talked about how to get leads and how to sponsor and what are the roles of the respective sites. Now, since already covered how to sponsor, what are the role of a sponsor and what are the benefits of a sponsor of a club, and who can be sponsors, either individuals or club can be sponsors. And they talked about the benefits also for individual member to become a sponsor. And previous to that, we also seen how to get members or prospects to the club. And this is what we need to charter a club. We need to have 20 members. We need to have sponsor, mentor, so that we can charter a club. But with all this, there's one important element, which is how will you fill the forms in the right way? And what makes the forms be rejected and accepted? We'll talk about it in this meeting. And if you have any question, we can take them during the question answer session. So going with that, whenever you go to anyone and you say, I want to charter a club, so the people may not know what is the club you're talking about. Is it a coffee club? Is it a Toastmaster club? Is it a fitness club? What is the definition of the club for you when you want to address to them that what is a club and what is the difference between a normal club and a Toastmaster club. You need to differentiate between the Toastmaster club, its benefit, its advantages to them, rather than you just tell them it is a club. So don't use the word club only, always use the word Toastmaster club and explain them what is a Toastmaster club. Now, I'm not going into the definition of each because all you being Toastmasters here understand the definition of what is a Toastmaster club and what is Toastmasters. So at least what is Toastmasters, what is a Toastmaster club, and we as an individual, when we are a Toastmaster, what does that mean? So the differentiation between these three should be very clear. Okay. And we need to be very clear in our mind that, okay, we are chartering a club, but why are we chartering a club? What is there that we need to charter a club? Is it just because our district is asking us to charter a club? Is it because our CGD comes and say, go ahead and charter a club? Or our PQD say, I need more clubs because I need to conduct more trainings? No. It is because it's the district mission. And we are all members of Toastmaster. We are all members of our District 20, our lovely district. And this is a mission that we must build new clubs. And we don't leave there. We build new clubs. What about the existing clubs? And we want to make sure we help and support our existing clubs to achieve the best in whatever they do, right? So that they achieve the excellence. So we're only talking about the first part, which is we build new clubs. Okay. Now, when we say we build new clubs, apology for this. Apology for that. So when we say we want to build new clubs, we need to understand why we are building club and what is the club we are going to build. What is the vision of the club we want to charter? Is it just because district mission says build new club, I go and build new club? No. Do I have a purpose of building that particular club? Is it only for the IT professionals I'm going to build the club? And why? Is it only for the doctors? Then why? So we should be very clear. And that's why it is very important that whenever we have the idea of building a club, talk to seniors, go to the district, talk to the CGD, talk to the PQD. They will guide you that is the vision right? Will you get members accordingly? Because they come with a lot of experience and they can guide you how you can charter a club because a lot of processes get involved. Is the training, is the documentation completion, is getting the members. So they can guide you and help you in each and every step of you. It's your initiative, but they are there to guide you, to support you. And that's what we do in Toastmaster. We support and help each other to grow, to become successful. So how to charter a club? The minimum requirements are, we need 20 members, 20 potential members. And who are those 20 members? If it is a new ordinary club, we need 20 members, yes. Can all of them be new members? Yes. And we just heard this earlier, so I'll not go in much detail. But what happens sometimes we don't get 20 members all together. Or if you bring only 20 members who are completely new and they have no background to Toastmasters, can they run the club? That's a big question, isn't it? So that's why Toastmaster International allows to have at least 3 existing Toastmasters because they have the experience of, how a club functions, how meetings are conducted, how the roles are distributed, and how they can help the club members who are completely new to be trained. Because only 2 mentors sometimes may not be enough. So they can bring additional knowledge and experience with them. So they allow 17 minimum new members and 3 maximum existing Toastmasters. So 17 plus 3 makes it 20. But you are free. You can bring 20 and more members if you are chartering a club. And there is a chartering fees, $125. It's one-time fees. You don't need to pay it again. Once it is paid for as long as the club exists. Members, if it is the new member who's coming for the first time, he needs to pay a one-time lifetime $20 registration, which is about 7.5 or 8 BD. And he doesn't need to pay it again if he stops his membership and comes back. He doesn't need to pay that, subject to the club guidelines, and we'll talk about it. And there is a minimum subscription for 6 months, which is $45. Now, this is important for everyone to know that 6-month membership fees needs to be paid. Now, sometimes what happens is member wants to charter a club, they don't charter it in the first month of the new term, which is 1st of July or the month of July. They keep it towards the end of the term, few months left. Now they think since it is only few months left, we will not pay for the 6 months, we only pay for 3 months. No, you still need to pay for the 6 months. And what Toastmasters International does is they keep the money for the remaining 3 months. In the next renewal, you only pay for 3 months. But in this time of chartering the club, you need to pay $45 per member, which is a 6-month subscription fees. And the most important, you need to fill the form and submit it to the email which is provided over here, newclubs@Toastmasters. Now, why it is important to fill those forms correctly? There is a checklist. Toastmasters International has given a checklist to make it very simple and easy to follow. Just normal tick mark, we need to make sure that we have filled all the forms correctly. Now, if you see this form number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6A and 6B. These are the forms which needs to be filled and submitted to Toastmasters International. And we'll talk about these forms and the important element of these forms as we continue. Now, we talked about 6 + 1, 7 form, because 6A and 6B, they're 2 different forms. So 7 forms are there. And you can see in the form itself, they have mentioned the details, what needs to be known. Coming to filling the form, we need to take a step before we fill the form. Now, what is that step? We all know, if you look at this screen, I've taken this from the TI website, the dashboard, is my own club. Now, I'll not talk about the 2 boxes on the side, but I'll talk about this. Now, whenever you want to charter a club, you need to know what is the region, district, division, and area. Because if you do not fill the form with the right information, 2 things will happen, or 3 things will happen. Your form will be rejected. So that means a lot of delay in chartering the club. Number 2, your club may be chartered in an area or division, not what you wanted. For example, I'm in division C, area 3, and if I fill area 2 in the form, so what happens? The area 2 director will be so happy, and he doesn't mind to offer you, for a treat or give you coffee, because he gets a club in his area, and his area gets the credit. So make sure you know your area. As a member, as an area director, as an official, you should know where your club is, which club you belong to, which club your club exists in which part of this hierarchy. And if you don't fill it, then what happens? Your club will still be chartered, but it will be chartered under an undistricted club. That means the club will be there in TI dashboard, but it will not be in District 20. So what is the point of having a club which is not in your district and you're not getting any benefit out of that? Now, the question is, can I charter a club in another district? Like this is District 20. Can I charter a club in District 100? The answer is yes. If I fill the form and I put 100 as a district number, the club will be chartered in District 100. So it's your choice why you want to charter the club. Now, this is very important for those who are relatively new or a bit not clear about the hierarchy. It is you as a member, then it is your club. You should know the name of your club, the area, which area the club belongs to, which division the club or the area belongs to, and your district is District 20. We all know about it, right? So this hierarchy is important for all of us to know and memorize. So the most important person is you as a member. You're part of a club. Your club forms the area because 4 of the clubs forms one area and 4 areas forms a division. And this is how you need to memorize it or understand it or tell everyone else to also know about it. So when you fill the form, you are very clear about the club comes to your respective area or the area you want to charter the club. Now, I may be in area 3 as my club, I'm in area 3, but maybe I'm area director in area 4. And I want to charter club in area 4. Definitely, I'll put in the form 4, so the club will be chartered in area 4. So TI is flexible and where you want to charter the club. I hope it is clear, and I will go to the next. If not, then we'll have more discussion. Now, let's look at the forms. Now, you saw a checklist. I say the form number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6A, 6B. Now, form number 1. What are the important area in the form? Now, form number 1, the first segment, which is the top segment, it asks where you want to charter the club in terms of the country. So at this time, we have no information except I want to charter a club, and I want to charter a club in Bahrain or in Kuwait or in Iraq or in Egypt. So I know the country and I know the city where I want to charter the club, and I will provide the date. This is important in the form because if I provide the date as 1st of July and I'm in the month of, let's say, September, TI will charter the club as 1st of July, or they will send it back to you saying that, do you want to charter it in July or you want to charter it from September? If you charter it from the September, that the extra 2 months, you will get that money transferred to the next term, the next renewal cycle. Otherwise, it will go from 1st of July. So it's very important the date you submit. When do you want to charter the club? And this is very important also, especially when you're chartering the club towards the end of the term, the last few months. If you don't specify properly, and there's a delay from TI side even or from your side, this club will not be chartered in the current term, it will charter in the following term. So you'll lose the credit. District will get it, no doubt about it, but you will lose the credit because you did not charter the club in this term. Or CGD will not be happy because he will say, oh, the club I did not get in this term, right? So this is very important to make sure you charter the club. I know our PQD is smiling, and why she's smiling. Okay, we had same incident last term. Okay, so it's very important that you fill the form correctly. And as our previous speakers also said, you consult someone who's already filled the form so they can guide you and help you, a PQD or CGD, our district director, or anyone from the team or anyone who's senior in Toastmaster, they can guide you. Now, this is another important area, the signature part and the date part and all. And this part, it says coordinator or the president's name. Now, you look at the form, it says president's name. Maybe at this time you don't have a president identified, but it is you who's chartering the club and you don't want to be the president of the club. Then you can still mention your name, that you are the person who has initiated and you are going to coordinate the club. It can be you as an individual, it can be someone who is supporting you, or it can be the CGD, because he can get all the correspondence anyway. So if you put any name over here and the contact number, he will be the contact to be contacted by Toastmaster International during this processing period. Okay, and the respective name information, and make sure you have the right email, no mistakes in email, otherwise TI will not be able to communicate with you. Now, can I fill the form and put my name and I'm not the president? Can president be there in the future? The answer is yes. This is only the initial stages of filling the form and being the correspondent or the point of contact between District 20 and Toastmaster International. Now, this is the second part of the form, and it's very important. And why it is important, I'll tell you. Once you fill the amount and you tick whether it is a credit card or which card you use, and it's a card number here. The card number, of course, it has to be correct in the expiry date. You don't need to give your the PIN or the code which is given in the backside of the credit card. Never share that with anyone, and even someone asks you. That is very confidential to you, so keep it with you. It's only the card number they require. Now, the name and the signature. Now, it is possible that we are chartering a club, 20 members, and I'm one of the members who are going to use the card, but I'm not the president. I'm not part of the ExCom member. I'm just a member. So if my card number is used, then make sure when you submit the form, My name is there in the email. I'm part of the email communication. Why is that? Because TI is very strict about the money laundering part. They will check if the card number says here Khalid Jalal, and in the email, Khalid Jalal email is not mentioned. I'm not in the email or in the CC. They will reject it. They say you are using Khalid Jalal's email, Khalid Jalal's credit card number, and he is not aware of the information that his card is being used. So they will reject it. So if you want to use someone's card number who is not the 20 members or the list of members who you're chartering the club with, make sure that additional person whose card you're going to use, he is in the email, in the CC, so the TI will not reject your forms. They're very strict about it, and we have multiple experiences, so I'm sharing that with you. Now, whose card number you cannot use? Let's say it is our PQD or our CGD, they are charting the club. They cannot use their card unless they say they are a member in the club. But just because they want to share the card number, they want to help you to charter the club, TI will not accept them to use the credit card number. So don't approach them, say that I'll pay you cash and you use your credit card number. I don't want to use my credit card number. No, it won't work. So these are the people who are exempted not to use a credit card with TI unless they are a member in the respective club. Now, the type of Toastmaster club, we are not go in detail. Our earliest speaker spoke about it. You have community club, corporate clubs, government clubs, or college. We have the university club. We have a lot of community clubs. We have corporate clubs. We all know about it, right? And religious club, we can also charter. We need to make sure we tick the right box over here. Mostly it is the community or corporate. So either this or this. We don't need to go in much detail here. What is the language? Either it is Arabic, English, Tamilian. If it is some other language, like a Filipino language or some other, we just put a tick and highlight the language over here. So TI knows that we're chartering a club in language, which is not in this list. Okay. And is your club advanced club or it is a non-advanced club? And we know the difference of advanced club. And if you don't know, the advanced club is a club where the members are existing Toastmasters, not new Toastmaster. We talked about 17 plus 3, the 20 members. If they are completely new, 17 members are completely new at least, then it is not an advanced club. Advanced club is where you're already Toastmaster, and I'll go and ask other Toastmasters to join me chartering a new club where we all are experienced Toastmaster or existing Toastmaster. I'll not use the word experience here, existing Toastmasters, then that club becomes an advanced club. So you need to ask your mentor what is the type of club you're chartering. They can guide you more. You can always come back to our district. You can ask me or CGD or PQD or DD, anyone senior, and we can guide you what is the difference and what type of club you should charter. Okay. And if it is an online club, there's a difference between online club and normal club. So usually we go for normal club, not online clubs. But now due to the COVID, people tend to open online clubs. There's nothing wrong. The online club is you meet online. You don't have a physical meetings over there, and minor differences. Now, coming to the other part is the sponsors, individual sponsors and a sponsor. There's two different type of sponsor we have. Number one is a club, existing Toastmaster club sponsoring another club. For example, Bahrain IT Professionals is sponsoring another club to be chartered. Now, the club is supporting the new club to be chartered. So my club becomes a sponsor. I can see the green light. Okay, so I can mention that club number over here. So maximum 2 clubs. If it's individual sponsor, their name and number needs to be highlighted. So TI knows who they are. Now, this doesn't need to be done immediately. It can be given within 60 days of the club charter, both of them. Right? If you don't find the right names, you can skip it, but it's better to have where they are. And this is important here, where the club to be aligned, district, division, area. And this, if you don't do it, you will get the club chartered, but you will not know where it is. It is visible on the dashboard, and you have to write a number of times to TI to transfer it to your respective area. Now, form number 2 is all about the payments. Now, here it talks about $125. So you put $125 here. you put the number of new members, like 17 into 20, they need to pay $20. And then, okay, so it's their information. And then who are the dual members? That means existing members. So it will show the total over here, and you will see the total. So this is about the payment detail. And of course, you need to mention the club number and the district. Sorry, club name. You don't need to put the club number because at this time, club number does not exist. TI will allocate a club number for you. Now, again, the signature part, I will skip over here, and the credit card number I already spoke about. Make sure you follow what I told you earlier. Otherwise, your form will be rejected. Now, the third form is a simple form. It's the members' information. And you have to give it to each and every member to fill. So there are 20 members. And there is easy way, if you don't want to go to each and every member to fill it and submit it because it takes a long time. If you want to fast track it, TI has given a simple solution, an Excel sheet. You fill all the information on behalf of the members, like their name, their email addresses, a phone number, and you put the financial information over here, that $45, $20, and which month you want to start the club, and credit card number. So copy credit card number to all the columns for up to 20 members. President will sign it, and you are done. So you can save time filling this form and receiving from all the members by just filling this Excel sheet. It's available on the TI website. You can always download it. Right? Now, what it asks is basically the members' information, the address, and below, then at the bottom, it asks what is the total amount, which you're already highlighting over here. So the personal information and the financial part of the information. And one more thing is who in the club. So is he the club officer, the president, VP education? So XCOM also you can highlight if they are part of the XCOM in the club. So it has a drop down over here, which you can fill. It's very easy. I advise you to use it. Now, going to the next form is club officers information. Now, this is basically your club XCOM members list. President, Vice President, Education. Now, sometimes you may not have all of these officers ready with you. It means you're not finalized. You have the members, but you have not finalized who is part of the XCOM. Now, TI says only the president, which is this field you need to fill. One of these three boxes, which is a Vice President, Education, Vice President, Membership, or Public Relations. One of them can be filled at least, and the secretary. So if you fill 1, 2, 3, you are done with the form filling requirement. And then you can provide the remaining of the information to TI separately. But if you have all of them, and it's better to have all of them before you fill all the forms, fill the form in detail, provide all the XCOM member detail, and submit it along with your submission. And of course, district number, I always say this, do not forget it. Is a club annual or semi-annual? Usually we go with annual so that we only have one time election in a club. Some club opt to go for twice. They do elections every 6 months, which is allowed by TI, but advisable is to go with annual so that the members have enough time to run and manage the club throughout the year. Fifth form is again most related to the information you fill, but the important part here is again the district number. Do not forget that club name and district number is about the club. When your club is going to meet, what is your schedule? Are you going to meet weekly or first and third week of the day or second and fourth week of the day? Right? This is important. And the meeting day, meeting place. Now, meeting place, I can put ABC building, TI will reject it. I put ABC building, 4th floor, TI will reject it. It has to be very clear. The meeting hall of building ABC on 8th floor, TI will accept it. But they want to be very specific what exactly your meetings are held, because this information, which is especially here, will be displayed on the website. And they want to make sure anyone follow their website can reach to your club very easily. So make sure you provide the full information, absolute detail, why your club exists, which floor, which meeting number, which building, so on. So it is very much familiar. This is very important, this particular field. Otherwise, trust me, TI will reject the form. Otherwise, it's only the basic information. Now, here again, TI has put what type of club you are going to charter. Although we filled it in other form, right? We spoke about it in the initial form. But again, they're asking why they do this, because they want to verify within the form you have filled that that form you filled in the earlier, you have filled the right information, and there is no discrepancy between the form you have filled. So basically a cross validation. I can see Toastmaster Dinesh has raised his hand.
Just
Yes,
I want to
Toastmaster.
ensure if the timer is visible to you.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you.
It's a yellow. It's in yellow state right now. Okay, so make sure you fill it according to what you fill in other form. Otherwise, TI will reject the form. So this is for your own benefit. And again, who are the sponsoring organization and information? Same information filled in the other form. You need to repeat it over here and make sure they're filled correctly. Okay. And who are your sponsoring organization? If you have someone, especially if it's a corporate club, you fill it. Otherwise, you can leave it. And again, the club officer signature is very important. Now, can I sign by pen? Yes, you can fill all the form, take a printout, sign by pen, or you can digitally sign it. The form provides you to fill the form in a digital form, which is easier if you want to do that. The second last form, which is form number 6A, is a club constitution. So many times you may have heard our PQD talking about or insisting about club constitution, club constitution, club constitution. She's a very big fan of club constitution. Why is that? Because there is a form which they ask us to fill, and this is one of the simplest form which we fill. It's only the club information on the top, and the 2 members will sign. Simple as that, nothing else required. Club president and secretary. But when it comes to the form B, now here is the club constitution helps you to help your club. That is your member composition. Who are the member or type of members who will come? I can see the red light now, so I'll go a bit quickly. Right. Now, do you want to put a restriction that who are the members? If it is a IT professionals club, I want to restrict it to only IT professionals. Doctors cannot join. So I can put those restrictions over here. Or usually if it is an open club, I'll say no restrictions means anyone can join. Okay. It depends on the type of club I want to charter, the type of members I want to have in the club. So I put in my constitution that these are the type of members I want to have. Now, the members compositions, you just say that, okay, for how long they will be there. The fees, the new member fees, how much the club is going to charter. Of course, you pay $45 to TI, but how much the club will charge. So it becomes a rule part of your constitution, right? And again, the club's dues and so on, reimbursement fees. Now, reinstate fees, usually we don't charge if someone comes to a club, but some club want to put a restriction. That is because members leave the club, and after some time they come back, I want to reinstate. So to penalize them, some clubs, they say, okay, you have to pay me $10 extra to be part of a club because you left us. Or some, nowadays we need members, so we say, okay, free, so you can come. So these are the rules and restrictions you can control your club and constitution so that nobody can question you when you ask someone to pay, especially your own club members and your own ExCom. Okay, so this becomes part of the club constitution. Can you change it? Yes. Every year, the ExCom can sit, decide, and change it. No issues on that. But once it is done, it is the constitution of the club. And same thing goes with if someone who's inactive, they wants to become active, and so on, half yearly or 1 yearly. So you decide what type of club ruling you want to have for your own club. Is a 1 year term or half year's term, and again you sign the form. So this forms the club constitution. So it's very helpful document. It will resolve a lot of conflicts within the club. Now again, I want to remind you, these are the checklists. Make sure once you have filled it, you go through that all the forms are available, you have filled them. Consult someone who has already filled it before you, so they can guide you and correct you if something is wrong, or from the experience, they can share some additional information. And this is the email address you can submit all your forms so that your club can be chartered. And it doesn't get chartered immediately, it takes some time. And during this time, if you want to have any information, any support, feel free to have a coffee with me. Of course, you pay the bill, or PQD and CGD will pay the bill, and we can have a coffee all together. Thank you very much. And Tamer, I hope I have not exceeded much. And back to you, our MC.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal, for your excellent and comprehensive overview about all of the forms and processes necessary to charter a club that may have been inspired by the club sponsor presentation. Now, for those of us who just want to help someone else charter a club, the next presentation will outline as such by DTM Raymond Pereira. The presentation shall include club mentoring. DTM Raymond Pereira has extensive experience in executive committees. He's been in over a dozen executive committee positions in the past 4 years. He's chartered 2 different clubs and been a mentor for 3. So with that, over to you, DTM Raymond Pereira.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Khalifa. I just want to confirm you can see me, hear me, and I will smile.
Confirmed.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my presentation right now. Just give me a moment. I need a reconfirmation for my presentation, if it's okay.
Reconfirmed.
Perfect. Let's begin. Toastmasters, guests, dignitaries, thank you very much for this opportunity to present the Club Mentor Workshop. Let's begin. We want to save time. We're not going to lose any of it. I just want to check if the timer is visible. Yes, he is. Toastmaster Dinesh, thank you for the lovely service of keeping things in time. Let us begin. Let me start with the story. Before that, 1 minute. 2 years now, we've been suffering from the pandemic, and we've been having curfews, and we've been having recession, and so much that is happening around us. And it is nothing new. And we are quite tired of all that happened in the last 2 years. Once upon a time, a group of companies got together and they said, let us start a COVID center. We need to help the population from falling sick. We need to help all those who are sick. We need to help the seniors. So they got together doctors, medical experts, pharmacists. And then they said, okay, we have the expertise, we have the people, we have the patients, but we need to get one person to put them all together. We need that person to guide them what to do. Basically, they wanted a business process analyst, but they didn't want this person to do the job. They just wanted the person to mentor this noble organization of starting a COVID center. And that is, I remember when they called me and they said, Raymond, would you be able to mentor a business process so that everything is streamlined and everything is going as per plan and everybody knows what they need to do? And that is when I remember last year where they said, Raymond, let us start the Benaulim COVID Center in India. And we ran that project for 3 months and we saved approximately 60 to 70 people from COVID. Now let's look at this. We are talking about a club mentor, but here I'm presenting you a story about a COVID center. They may look 2 different things, but they are all the same. What you do in Toastmasters is what you need to do in real life. So this is what I wanted to share today about being a club mentor. So prior to that, a little bit about me. I work in the Parliament of Kuwait as an IT security consultant. I'm a certified corporate trainer. I do active politics. So those who are into politics, they definitely know that. I've been in 11 years in Toastmasters, successfully mentored officially and unofficially over 9 clubs. I worked with champions all over the world. But now when I shared my credentials, it's basically I am dealing with people to lead them, to guide them, to help them compete, to encourage them, and to empower them. And basically, in short, a club mentor does all of this. You lead those members, you guide those members, You help them compete with themselves to see their strengths. You encourage them, push a little bit, not push them and fall down. No, you push them gently and you empower them with their own strengths. Now, for today, I'm going to tell you what we are going to discuss. We're going to discuss the definition of a club mentor. Why should you be a club mentor? What is the benefits on? How to become a mentor? What is the roles and responsibilities? What you should do and what you shouldn't be doing? And resources, how you can work as a club man. And if there's time, there will be question and answers after my session. Let us begin. As all the lovely trainers and workshop leaders have shared, different ways to start a club. What are the requirements to start a club? Now, I'm not going to get into that because they have done a fabulous role in that. I'm going to stress on one point. When a new club is formed, there is an opportunity for a Toastmaster who's in good standing to be a mentor for at least a minimum of 6 months. You can be longer, that's up to you, but try to get your roles up and ready in 6 months and then monitor, progress, and analyze. Why? So that you empower those members, you show them the way, you hold the hands of the ExCom, because you are mentoring the members of these clubs to make not only their journey successful, but the club successful as well. So to empower, guide, bridge quality. If you don't have quality, and I know our PQD is definitely going to stress on quality. That's very important because if a new club doesn't have quality, they will slowly start to fade away. So quality is something that you will need to look into as a mentor and support the members and their ExCom to reach excellence. And excellence is one of our key traits as Toastmasters, key importance that we need to reach excellence. Now, what is a benefit of a mentor to a club, a brand new club? Why do I need a mentor? Do I really need a mentor? I don't need a mentor. We are good. We have so many new members. No, but it's good to get a mentor because you will gain experience. As the master of ceremony said that I have a lot of experience. So when I am mentoring a new club, I bring that experience. You will get free experience, mentoring from an experienced Toastmaster. A mentor, because he's a club mentor, is a link between the district and the club, because he or she will be able to talk to district, come back, help you if you have any challenges to take it back to the district. And if there is conflict, any challenges, obstacles, a mentor can really guide you when it comes to your program quality. How can it help you? How can you imagine it? Imagine you're giving legal advice to a brand new company. I remember DTM Salim saying that it's like project management, and you bring the stakeholders and you have someone like an advisor guiding the stakeholders how to reach it. Beautifully done. And that's why as a club, when you start a new club, always get a very good club mentor who can take it from there. What is it in you if you are a member of that club? Why does a club mentor help you? Of course, you as a club member, you will have mentors, but you are having a bigger mentor who's not only looking at your journey, but of all the members, making sure you have mentors and so on. You have a new friend, someone who can guide you. You have someone who will keep validating, yes, this club, you guys are doing so well. Your meetings are amazing. It is a reference point. Suppose many times as mentors, we get difficult questions. Is he doing this right? Is the president allowed to do this? Should I do my pathways? Should I not do? You can get a reference point. And for the ExCom leaders, those who are going to take those amazing leadership positions, your club mentor will show you the way. Your club mentor will ask you, you have to do your club officers training. You have to do different types of trainings offered by district and ensure that you as a leader are up there and making things happen. Imagine as a club member, you have your own Google in Toastmasters. Your club mentor is going to guide you from everything from your pathways from your journey, from your challenges as a leader, and he or she is going to take you there. And why should you be a club mentor? As leaders, we always want to be challenged. You have a brand new club. As DTM Khalid said, Bahrain IT Toastmasters. Imagine yourself working with an IT club. Imagine yourself working with an engineering club, with a community club, with a corporate club. You are challenging yourself. You are working with different type of people. You might be so happy with your own club. Your club is like family, friends. You're not challenged anymore because they're family. But now when you're as a club mentor, you go to another club, you are challenged. You see different types of people and how they work. Officially, you will get a credit to your DTM journey. You have to apply for it once it's done. You get new learnings, new experiences, and definitely a new network for you, a new set of people who will open the doors in your personal life. I'll give you an example. Imagine you have started a new company and you're working with new staff. Being a club mentor is going to prepare you for that, because you will suddenly realize, I'm working with members who are not part of my club, but they are part of my journey. So please, if you have an opportunity to be a club mentor, take it, because it's going to take you to places. Now, how to become a mentor? First, you have to have some sort of credibility. A district may choose you to be a club mentor, but you have to show some sort of performance. Empower your own club. When you have your own club, which is very successful over the years, your credibility as a club mentor goes up as well. Complete your own Pathways mentor program. In Pathways, choose the Pathways mentor program, complete it, and apply for its credit. That because the Pathways mentor program will teach you about mentoring, will teach you how Pathways revolves around mentoring. Apply to district, tell district, I would love to be a mentor for a club. If there is an opportunity, please give it to me. If you don't apply, how would district know? So apply, tell district, tell the PQD, I would like to be a mentor, please keep my name there. Lastly, if you know of successful mentors, sit with them. Sit with DTM Khalid, DTM Salim, DTM, many of the DTMs and other to-be DTMs. They have been successful mentors. Take them for coffee, pay their bill, and they will share you secrets, suggestions, recommendations, and tips of how to be a very, very good mentor. Okay, so what is the role and responsibilities of a club mentor? The first thing when the club is being formed, even when they charter, as DTM Khalid said, is the ExCom members are clearly defined. Your role is to work with them, help each member to understand their roles, work with them to attend the club officers training, work with them to make their club success plan. So all these things to show you will not do their job, but you will guide them how to do it. There will be someone as the club sponsor. Ensure that the club members are registered. If the members are not registered, their membership is not done, Pathways will not be enabled for them. You need to ensure that everybody is inducted in Pathways. People are connected, they have started their Pathways journey, but you will not do it for the members. You will guide the VP education to handhold members and tell them, come on, let's do a Pathways training. Come on, let's help members choose their right pathway. You will work with the VP education. You will also work with VP education to assign mentors. Which mentor will work for which member? Because you need to empower the ExCom. Finally, you will upgrade, you will review the club progress, see how they are doing, and inform district that this new club is on its way to be a distinguished club. And district will be so proud of you, maybe even give you free coffee. So trust me, being a club mentor, lovely responsibilities, amazing roles, and you are going to learn quite a bit. What you should do and what you shouldn't do. You have to communicate Communicate is our foundation of Toastmasters. You have to engage as a club. As a club, please talk to your mentors. Sometimes mentors are assigned and the club never engages with the mentor. So please, as a club, when you are a brand new club, talk to your club mentors. Sometimes clubs will say, see district, I'm forming a new club. This is my friend. This is my family. Please assign him or her as a club mentor. You need to give district an opportunity to choose the right club mentor based on the requirements. Don't overburden your club mentor. Some clubs, sometimes it happens in the past where clubs would give all the work, start up the meetings, set up the meetings, assign roles, all to the club mentor, but the club mentor is supposed to guide you, show you the way. If there is a requirement, do ask the mentor, come on, come attend a meeting and show us something, give us a workshop, help us. Sorry. And of course, take your mentor out for coffee with the entire ExCom, with the members, discuss, have roundtable discussions. And that's what a club mentor will be happy to suggest. And lastly, as a club, do not criticize your mentor. If there is a conflict, talk to district. Tell them, we have a conflict. District is always here to help you. But sometimes we criticize, no, who is this mentor they give? Rubbish fellow. But if they do that, you're not only discouraging the mentor, we are having integrity issues. So when there is a conflict, reach out to district and you will always find a solution. What to do and don't do as a club mentor. If you are a mentor, what you should do and what you should not do. Well, as I said earlier, communicate with your club. Do not ignore the ExCom. Like never bypass the ExCom and push your ideas and suggestions. Work with the ExCom. Do attend your club meetings when you are going as a club mentor. Attend their meetings, take up roles, help them out. Do conduct moments of truth. Whenever after 6 months or depending on the time period, conduct the moments of truth and understand the challenges and obstacles of the club. If there is a conflict, do not put it under the rug. Do not hide it. Do not ignore it. Bring it up with the ExCom. Talk to district. And finally, update district. Many times district is not aware of what the club is doing. They have to send their area directors and division directors. As a club mentor, as a club sponsor, update district. Tell them what is happening. Now, I want to be a club mentor. Where should I get this information from? The first and the most is the Pathways Mentoring Program. Sign up for it through the Pathways module, and you can apply and you can do the whole thing and then apply for its credit. The Toastmaster website is full of mentoring information. The Toastmaster magazine is like a gold mine full of information. Read through them. Attend district trainings, because as a club mentor, you need to know what district is doing. You need to update yourself with everything district does, because that information is what you're going to be giving to your club, to the brand new club that you have. And please take successful leaders, take them for coffee, sit with them, learn from them. If you don't want to do coffee, you can at least go on Zoom and attend and discuss with them your mentoring knowledge, your mentoring doubts, your mentoring challenges, and you will always learn from them. And I try to keep my presentation as short as possible so that there is room for any questions, and I will leave that to the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Khalifa. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Raymond, for your presentation on club mentoring. And I hope that of the dozens of people attending, at least one will try to start a new Toastmasters club or at least mentor one. And with that, we enter question and answer session. So this session is for all 4 workshops that occurred today. You could either raise your hand for a question if you wish to speak, or you could put it in chat. So to start, I know that Toastmaster Leon De Silva was early in his wish to ask a question. So please go ahead, Toastmaster Leon.
Toastmaster Leon, we cannot hear you, my dear. Can you please check your mic, please?
There appear to be technical difficulties, Toastmaster Leon. Maybe put it in chat and I could read it out later. For now, maybe we should switch over to maybe DTM Morali, I heard in chat, but I'm not sure. DTM Morali, you may speak. Or DTM Anadata.
Yeah, very good afternoon. Very good afternoon to you. I mean, good morning to you. This is a clarification from our Toastmaster Pitambaram. Actually, I am not aware till now that transferring of a member from one club to another, especially to the new club, will be considered as a new member. I don't think, please clarify, our PQD or CGD can clarify, because in my opinion, transfer is not considered as a new member.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nadada, for that question. Why I mentioned that is, I have done it while chartering a new club, a new online club. We had 14 new members, 4 dual members, and including that, like 2 of them were transferred and 1 was reinstated. This is how the combination we worked. So we had a chartering of total 21 members. Out of that, 14 non-Toastmasters, 4 dual Toastmasters, 2 reinstated members, and 1 transferred member. So it worked well. We did it. From that experience only, I said you, if anyone need, I can share you even the forms which I submitted for TI along with the payment details. If anything more, I think PQD or other, if anyone want to clarify more.
Maybe it has happened, but I don't know my knowledge. I think I've learned a little bit. I think PQD can clarify. It is not now, you can clarify later on because it's not a big issue today. But just to tell you, only 3 members are allowed. No reinstatement, no transferring are allowed as per my knowledge. Anyhow, thank you very much. And especially I thank you, Pitambaram, for telling about the President Citation Award, which I was not aware, but this is a great information. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Next, we have a question in chat from DTM Sandy Stein, probably to the chair, the presenter for our mentoring session, DTM Raymond Pereira. The question reads, how often does the club mentor have to update district and what information needs to be included in each update? DTM Raymond. We cannot hear you, DTM, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Khalifa. DTM Sandy, thank you for that lovely question. It's very, very valid. How often does the club mentor has to update district? There are 2 reasons to update district. One, if there is a conflict and it needs to be addressed, and you need to reach out to district as soon as possible. 2, every time whenever there is a district meeting, a council meeting that's going to happen, PQD or CGD or all the stakeholders will try to reach out to present their report at the end of the council meeting. So prior to that, they would always love to know what's happening in the new clubs. Are we okay? Are the members signed up? Are the members doing their meetings? Are they participating at district awards? They would love to know because they would always want to add this information to their district report or their division report. So district needs to know it at least twice a year or thrice a year, depending on their requirements. So when you are being offered the new club mentor role, it's great to ask the CGD team, the extension team, that, okay, what do you want me to tell and how often? It is related, it is depending on the district committee at that time. But to my experience, that when I was working as a club mentor, it is always prior to district reports because we want to add it to their district reports. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much, DTM Raymond.
Thank you, DTM Sandy Stein, for your question. Next, we'll entertain a question from Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony Toastmaster Khalif Al-Khalifa. Actually, I've got a comment in regard to DTM Mohammed Salim. In regards of his comments of Bobco as a leader of development, the leaders. Actually, we've learned over the years, and in particular during last year and this year, from our distinguished teaming Bobco Chief Executive Officer, His Excellency Dr. Abdurrahman Al-Jawahiri, who actually a leader of leaders, a gentleman who actually taught us how to be a leader by leading people to learn to lead, by being a part, by encouraging people to raise, especially when he thinks about the new mind. When he said that now we're going to talk about tomorrow of Bobco. That's a very important issue, especially when he chooses one of the most distinguished leaders in Bobco as DTM Khalid Abdullah, who actually a leader in different fields, as a dear colleague and a brother who I knew for a long, long time. And eventually, he led people and encouraged people to join the club as Bobco Toastmaster Club. And he also ensured that we are maintaining all the requirements and participating in different events in regards of Toastmaster International within the district, within the kingdom. For example, as I speak now, after Master of Ceremony Khalif Al-Khalifa, after Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi, led also by DTM Monal Lagab and DTM to be Toastmaster Yasser Gashar, leaders of leaders. We learn from them, we encourage, we work as a team. These are the exact models that we have to take from. And we are very proud to be part of this movement. I definitely would like to thank these guys for supporting us and for leading us. As leaders, they're trying to raise up and never say that the sky's the limit, because what we've learned from them is that there is no limits at all. We can reach even beyond sky. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashraf Al-Khayyat, for your comments. Next, we'll move on to a question in chat probably for DTM Mohammed Salim about existing clubs that are facing difficulties with a lot of Toastmasters leaving. DTM Mohammed Salim, how would you propose to address this issue?
Can I hear the question again, please? Sorry, what was the question?
Sure. There was a question from Toastmaster Leon De Silva about having a club, a Toastmasters club, with several Toastmasters leaving. And so could you advise him how to address this issue?
Yes, thank you very much, Ashok. If you go globally, if you look at the Toastmasters statistics, 55% of members leave. There's a retention rate, which is only 40%, 45% of members. And serious concept So that's where the club coach.
Sorry, Toastmaster Salim, I have difficulties hearing your audio. It's not clear. The background audio is not clear. In order to keep things flowing, maybe we should move on. I think what was already addressed in chat. Okay, a bit, it's still difficult. The audio is not clear. So we'll just keep things flowing.
We need to establish clubs. We can appoint club coaches for the benefit of the club. That's the simple answer.
Toastmaster Salim, BTM Mohammed Salim, please put your answer in chat just because the audio is not workable. Next, we'll move on to a question from our timer.
Mr. MP, if you, sorry for interruption, maybe you can ask the question to one of our district trio to respond.
One of our what?
One of our district trio to respond to that question.
Sure.
Because we could not hear DTM Salim.
Any one of the district triad, CGT, PQD. Okay. I feel it was already addressed in chat.
Yasser, you can take it. Yasser, can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster. Can you repeat the question, please? Because
Sure. The question from Toastmaster Leon was what to do if we have a Toastmasters club that has several members leaving, and how to address this issue.
See, the leaving of for Toastmaster, it is already most of the club, we have an issue with that one. But the best thing is to know the mission of a Toastmaster and how it is benefit to all members. If you just make more speechcraft, maybe moment of the truth with the people who's leaving, why they are leaving, what is going wrong. If we solve this issue, I think the member will not leave unless there is some difficult things with other issue. But the best thing is to do it is the moment of truth. If you conduct moment of truth with all members there, especially the people who's leaving, to know the reason why they are leaving and try to solve this issue, I think they will not. If we do it from our clubs and other clubs, how to solve this issue, if they believe in the benefit of a Toastmaster to them, they will be there. I think our Khalid Jalal, you can also add to that point, or because I saw you raising hand, I know your experience in that one.
Yeah, thank you, CGD. I'll go back to what our CGD said in his first address when he took the office. And he brought a quote from Dr. Rolsey Smedley. The quote, I still remember, he said, a club does not lose its member if they have the right sort of programs. So make sure your club has the right sort of programs, talk to the club mentors, talk to the district PQD, CGD, and make sure your members' concerns are addressed in your meeting. The meetings are happening on time. There's a quality in the club meetings. There's a quality in the delivery, in the speech. The members are trained how to prepare the speeches, so they are properly guided and mentored. So they feel important when they are attending the club meetings. And that's how they will love to come in the next meeting. But if they're ignored or they feel I'm not being paid the full attention I deserve, so definitely they will not be so happy, and chances are you will lose them. They will go to other clubs and meet other club meetings, because in Toastmaster we can always join any other club at any time as a guest. If I see the other club has better quality, better programs, better mentoring, and they're welcoming me more than my own club, then what should stop me not to leave my own club and go and join any other club? So it's very important that we have the right programs with the quality built in every meeting. That's why we keep stressing on quality in every time. So I hope I answered your question. Thank you, CGD, for allowing me.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. PQD DTM Mona Al-Agab, you have a question or an answer?
Thank you, everything. I will not add any more of that questions. Thank you for the dignitaries who shared from their knowledge. Now, my question is going for DTM Khalid Jalal. As you mentioned in the Form 1, that anyone can put his name and address, email address for regarding the contacting from the TI to the new club. Now, and even the card that's going to be used. Now, I know there's exceptional for the ones who are trios here, but what about if one of the trio is a sponsor or mentor for this club? Can he put his card, and can he also use, can he use the card for credit card? Plus, can he be the contact between the club and the TI? And how far they can do this? When he can change the sponsor to the president of the club. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Pikuri, for your question. Now, as long as you are involved in the club as a member, you can use your credit card. If you are only a sponsor, you cannot use your own credit card because TI does not allow it. I have tried once. I used my credit card for one of the corporate clubs because they were not willing to use their corporate card number or one of the members' number. I used my credit card number and I told the TI in my email that this is the CGD of the term, and I'm supporting the club because they don't want to use the credit card for confidentiality reasons. And here I am, and here is the list of all the club members. TI rejected that request, saying that no, you cannot do that, being part of the trial. So I requested someone else, one of my colleagues, who is not a member in that corporate club, to use his credit card number. And I have to include him in my all email communications to TI. So TI knows that it is this person. I have used his credit card, and he is part of the email communication. In second incident, we have another person who used his credit card for chartering a non-corporate club, and he was not a member. TI has separately written an email to that person, although he was in the CC, but TI also written a separate email to the person confirming that they can use his credit card. So TI does verify at times, but they will not allow if you are part of the district trial. If you are a member or if you're chartering the club, you are a president or one of the 20 members, you can use it. Other than that, they will not allow.
So even if you are a sponsor of this club, you cannot use it.
They can't. You cannot be sponsored.
How I cannot be sponsored? Yeah, I can be a sponsor for the club, but can I use
You
my
can
card?
be. You can be a registered
Official
sponsor.
sponsor. I mean, when I say sponsor, not sponsoring by money, but I'm sponsoring the club.
Yes. I'm coming to that. You can be a registered sponsor to the club. Your name will be there as a sponsor, but you cannot use your credit card. So you have to come to me and ask my credit card, and you have to pay me extra.
Riba, that means, okay, thank you. I don't deal with riba.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, it's only service charges, not riba. It's only service charges plus VAT.
Thank you, DTM Muna and DTM Khalid Jalal, for these valued questions and answers on the process for chartering a club. We do have 3 more minutes, which might be enough time just for one more question from our timer. So I'm sure he'd be very specific with the time. Toastmaster Dinesh, if you have anything to ask.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, Toastmasters Khalifa Al Khalifa. My question was actually with the Muhammad Salim, but he's not here, so any trio can answer. He mentioned in his presentation slide for the new club, specialty club, in that interest wise, and that was the writing in the under interest column, writing TED, and one more word I find wine, WINE. What is that type of the club? Did anyone got my question?
Yes, sir, maybe.
Question not clear to you?
I saw that one. I think Salim is there. He can answer. DTM Salim.
Yes. Okay. There are a lot of clubs that live at common interests. Some people have wine tasting interest.
I appreciate Muhammad Salim if you use the chat because we are not able to hear you.
Okay, because I'm outside and I will see.
I will send it to you on chat.
Salim, can you send it to me in WhatsApp? I will read it.
Sure, sure, sir, sure. It will save the time also. And very quickly, when the last question for the DTM Raymond. DTM Raymond, you meant the club mentors had to update to the district. I believe it is the progress of the club. So if it is so, then is there any specific format for that? DTM Raymond?
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for your question. There is no specific format unless district tells you so. So when a club mentor is assigned by the CGD team, the club mentor can check and cross-verify with the CGD extension team that if they need any updates in what format, in what way, that you read. But as Toastmaster, there's no specific format. It's designed as per the district requirements. I would request CGD to clarify.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Rahman, for that. As you mentioned, I will highlight two things regarding this one. See, the format that is we required when we usually want to follow. We will. I remember I tried with Khalid Jalal also. He's also my advisor as a CGD regarding the mentor itself. There should be like some KPI how to follow, because the mentor is the best. The best guy who can lead the club to success or to close after 1 year. So the mentor is the most important things. Okay, charting charting the club is okay, sponsoring the club is okay. Okay, lead the club is already found, but now the man who's behind the success of the club is the mentor. So we need to follow with the mentors. He to give us if he has something, because he should have the experience to lead the club to success, to stay, to be there for long time. If the mentor does a great job, the club will be strong forever, because he will teach them how to make the club meetings, how to follow with this one, how to make the success of the plan. There is a lot of things in the mentor. The mentor, for choosing a mentor also, or the criteria of choosing a mentor, but there is nothing specific, but at least he should be have experience. He know how to make the meeting success, how to plan for the meeting, how to divide the role, how to giving the project, how to. He will teach them everything about Toastmasters. So the mentor is it should be have a lot of experience in that. So for us to report it to us, it is give us the status. What is there? The mentor, if there is any difficulty, okay, they have some issue in the meetings and the mentors. This is the main thing that need to be reported to the tri or the district, and also to the clubs, so we can help them. And additional, there is no official format that they should submit to us, but at least we need to follow, because finally it is not only creating the clubs, it is to sustain the club to sustain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yasser Al-Kashar. DTM Muna, you have your hand raised.
Yes, please. Just a short comment on the question being raised by Dinesh. Now, we are here Toastmasters to create leaders. And when we assign, or there is a mentor for a club, this mentor will be assigned either by the club themselves when they are chartering the club, and with the knowledge of the CGD for sure. And here will be the report should be coming from the ExCom of the club, led by the president of the club, to the area before going for the trio direct. I believe the area director, he should follow up also with the club. Division director is there also to follow up with the areas and the clubs in his divisions. And if they have any issue, for sure, the trio are watching everything happening within the clubs. We are supporting the division directors, the area directors from behind, so that we can push them or encourage them also to do their roles. So this is something like a chain. We are going from clubs to areas to divisions, and then we reach to the office, the trio. So we don't want to take the part of these leaders. This is the first thing. The second thing is the mentor, when he finishes his job, he will not get the credit unless there is also a signature from the president of the club to the TI that this person have done his job, either sponsor or mentor. So it's also something like confirmed by the club that the mentor done his job. So this is from my side. For sure, I definitely know that there will be something follow up from the CGD to the divisions, to the areas, and to the clubs if we need to do that. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, DTM Munna. In the interest of time, we have to end the question and answer session and move on to the introduction of our main reason for being here today, all 72 participants, the COT trainers, right?
From our from Khalid Jalal also. I think he have also a valid comment.
As you wish, fine. Sure. DTM Khalid, do you have any brief comments to add?
I'll make it very brief. I think our CGD and PQD already answered it. The thing which I want to add about the mentors is do the things right for the first time by the club. Means the club should select the right mentor before they appoint him as a mentor. Now, why you need to appoint the mentor? Because he is the one who's going to support the club. And if you appoint a person just because someone has referred you, take this person as a mentor, or because you want to give him the credit to become a DTM, or because you didn't find anyone, you just want to fill someone's name to fill in the gap, this will destroy the club. Now, make sure when you select the mentor, you have the right KPIs to select the mentor. Talk to others and find out his experience, whether he can help the club or not. It's good to help someone to get the credit, but it's not good at the cost of the club not being successful. So make sure you have the selection criteria, consult others to make sure the person has the right experience and previous experience, look at it, and select the mentor based on the experience, whether he can support the club. He has the patience to deal the 20 members who are completely new and who wants to learn. So this is what I want to add, but in terms of the selection of the mentor, the club should know the mentor will only get the credit once the club writes an email to TI saying that he has successfully achieved the role. If the mentor has not performed the role, you can always write to TI, you can change the mentor so that the club benefit. So it's not the members once appointed cannot be changed. The member should also know that he can be changed. The club should know that they can change the mentor if he or she does not perform. So make sure you have the right KPIs, things are very clear, and you have a guideline to follow, and you follow it. Of course, the AD, as our PQD mentioned, his role is also important to make sure he or she follow up with the clubs and make sure the club is progressing in the right direction. That's why we have the club success plan asked by our district, and where we say what we want to achieve during the term. And are we achieving those every month? We should take a note, and that should also be part of our reflection that we are progressing as per the plan we have put for the year. And that will also show if the mentor is supporting the club achieving that club success plan or not. Thank you very much, and back to your MC.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal, for your valued comments. I'm sure at least 1 out of 70 or 67 now should be inspired by these to either mentor or charter the club. So now to introduce our COT trainers, these will be sessions that will be held after the break. Our COT trainers for today are DTM Faisal Jamil for Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shubhashri Srinivasan for Secretary, Toastmaster Rashid Maimoon for Treasurer, Toastmaster Farida Bai for Vice President Public Relation, otherwise known as VPPR, Toastmaster Helisa D'Souza for VPM, Vice President Membership, DTM Sandy Stein, who's asked a question during the Q&A, for Vice President Education, and for the very difficult role of President, you'll be in the capable hands of Toastmaster May Abdulaziz. This will all be done after the break, but now I'll hand the floor back to our event chair, Toastmaster Ashraf Al Khayyat, for a recognition and vote of thanks. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashraf.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa. Now we are waiting for the IT head to share his presentation when we are actually gonna recognize as vote of thanks for these who actually supported our event today, and actually we couldn't do it without their participation.
Ashraf, before you go and let them prepare the presentation, can we open the camera to have at least group photo before people leave?
That will be great, actually. So if all can hear us and share their screens, it will be a great opportunity to take a group photo.
Yeah, please open the camera.
MashaAllah, nice smiles in the morning.
Yes.
Thank you so much for a wonderful smile.
Waiting for more. Open the camera.
Smiley faces all around. MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
No, Ashraf also is there.
I am there.
No, there is another Ashraf from Egypt.
Oh, MashaAllah, from Egypt. My dear brother from Egypt. Thank you so much.
All from Egypt. Welcome our new country, and the growth will be there.
Definitely, and can't wait until I reach Egypt next Thursday, Bismillah, and definitely I will love to be there with this wonderful people who actually I feel so comfortable among them that I will love to stay there forever.
Be more than welcome.
Who's taking a click?
I will take. Everybody take the click. I will take one also from my side. 1, smile, 2, 3. One more. One, smile, 2, and 3. Thanks all. You can continue, Ashraf.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdullah. That is PR. Can you please share presentation?
Can you go for the certificate, Abdullah?
Yeah.
Abdullah, can you share the certificate, Abdullah? It's better to go for the certificates.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna put the picture of our Toastmaster, our ATM, in order to introduce him as face and recognize his contribution, and accordingly, the certificate will follow. So our distinguished Sergeant Arms, TM Hussein Hamis, who actually been there supporting the whole team without refusing or declining any request from our side. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hussein Hamis from Boko Toastmaster Club. And here's your certificate. No, that's me. Yep. Next, this Toastmaster who actually did not take so much participation and actually had a lot of support from Toastmaster Khalid, DTM Khalid Abdullah, DTM Wana Arab, and DTM Yasser Gashar, DTM Muhammad al-Dosari, who actually been there and definitely didn't do it without these guys supporting him as much as Abdullah Hijazi and all the other support like Toastmaster Khalifa Al-Khalifa, Toastmaster Hussein Hamis. Our distinguished Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Khalifa Khalifa, who is always willing to participate and jump in the last minute as usual, as much as we can. Be in the need of help, you will be there to support. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Khalifa Khalifa. Our DTM, Khalid Abdallah, who is actually the district director of 2022 district governor, and now we're director, and this is a certificate. Thank you so much, DTM Khalid Abdallah, for your support and leading our team as the event team. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all your support. The club growth, the director, TM Yasser El Gassar, to be DTM. I cannot wait for that. Always there for us, and sorry for keeping you late yesterday, trying to help us and to organize all things with DTM Mohammed Dosiri and myself. Thank you so much, DTM Yasser Gassar. Expected to be soon, DTM Yasser El Gassar. Thank you so much. DTM Mohammed Dosiri, the hero behind the scenes. Thank you so much for taking all the heat with us. We really appreciate your support and your contribution. And sorry for keeping you late last night as well. DTM Mohammed Dosiri, thank you so much. DTM Mohammed Salim, Find Degrees Workshop, an excellent workshop. We actually mentioned our beloved company, Bobco, which we actually all proud to be a part of. Thank you so much, DTM Mohammed Salim, for your presentation and workshop. Thank you so much. TM Button Burn Club sponsor workshop that was so informative. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed it and learned a lot from it. Thank you so much, TM, and we're looking forward to hear from you. Thank you so much. DTM Khalid Jalal, formative, very strict, and definitely will use our credit card for paying for other requirements for the club, and that's what we learned through your presentation and workshop. Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. Club Monitor Workshop, DTM Raymond Pereira, thank you so much. It was informative, inspiring, and definitely looking forward to enhance our skills in order to be a great leaders and a great monitor. Thank you so much, DTM Raymond Pereira. And now the head of IT and PR team combined together. The person who actually did not sleep for the last, let's say, 72 hours, keeping his focus into it. Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi, who actually took a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, and definitely we always can depend on him to be there for support, a great leader, for a great leader. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi. Our hero behind the scene, who actually, despite his sickness, he managed to support us with all the documents, with all the support, with all the logistics in order to utilize the Zoom floor. PM Babida Karji, we wish you a quick recovery. Thank you so much for your support. You've been there, you supported us, and definitely cannot wait to work with you face to face and by hand. Thank you so much, sir. And definitely, we're going to also recognize the trainers of tonight workshop and club officers training workshop for the President role, TM May Abdelaziz. Looking forward to hear a workshop. TM May Abdelaziz, thank you so much in advance and can't wait for it. ETM, so understand for the workshop in regards for the role of Vice President Education, very important role, second officer in command in the club. Can't wait for it. Thank you so much in advance, ETM. Sandra. For the Vice President Membership Workshop, TM Elisa Souza, TM. So actually, we're going to present the Vice President Membership. Thank you in advance and cannot wait for it as well. There's a lot of things that coming and cannot wait to be a part of it. Thank you so much. TM Farida Bey, she will take the lead as for the Vice President Public Relations Workshop, which is actually a very important part of the XCOM, where actually, sorry, I shouldn't actually go into your field of workshop, so sorry for that, but definitely looking forward for it. TM Farida Bey. The treasurer, as usual, the shining star, TM Rashid Maymoon. Seen you there in Sanadid Shamekha, and definitely cannot wait for you to see you again, TM Rashid Maymoon, and the workshop in regard to the treasurer role of the XCOM Toastmaster Rashid Maymoon. Thank you in advance. TM Jabrashir for the workshop in regard to the security role, which is very important, all the codes and all the requirements. Cannot wait for it as well. For the security workshop, TM Jabrashir, thank you so much and can't wait for your presentation. Sergeant Arms, DTM Faisal Jamil, TM Faisal Jamil, Sergeant Arms, and cannot wait to learn, to be dedicated, and to take a role as well with you as Sergeant Arms, DTM Faisal Jamil. Thank you so much for your support. DTM Faisal Jamil. And now it's back to you again, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Khalifa Al Khalifa. Thank you so much and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashraf Al Khayyat, for your recognition and vote of thanks. That brings us to our break, finally, and we will resume at 12:30 with all of the different breakout rooms, sessions.
Khalifa, before we close, sorry, before we close, I think there is something happened. Why we need to thank the woman which is behind all that one, and he supported us and gave us, I think, DT Muna